5等分の花嫁、夏の思い出も5等分。お兄ちゃん、頑張ってね。
Hello and welcome to the Streaming Parson plays the Quintessential Quintuplets, Memories of a Quintessential Summer. And today we are going to finish the Yotsuba route because we're like pretty late in it. And then we're going to go back a save state to activate the Itsuki route. And then we'll probably like play like about maybe halfway through the Itsuki route. That's kind of what I expect of how today's stream is going to go down. So anyway, last time we had finished the survival section that would give us the Yotsuba and Itsuki route. I thought I'd be able to finish the Yotsuba route in 3 hours, but I got sidetracked in like a number of things, but that's alright. It just pads out the series. And so we'll be finishing that up today. Oh, I guess we should go a little bit over the Yotsuba route. So basically, Yotsuba like tries too hard to kind of serve the others, which is something she does throughout the manga as well. So it's consistent with character. And then Futaro wants to like do something for her, so they go out to look at a sunset. But while they're doing that, they get kind of carried out by the current, and then they kind of somehow survive some waves that brings them to like a different part of the island, and now they're trying to find their way back to the villa on the last day of being stranded on this island. So that is the that's where we are at now. Oh, that's cute though. Well, we've been walking for a while now, so let's take a break. Well, that makes one of us. Don't underestimate my lack of physical stamina, okay?
それもそうでしたね。
And we can't be sure if there will be another place to rest ahead. We don't want to risk an accident by pushing ourselves too hard. While I rest, you can play with the rabbits if you want.
はい、上杉さん、ありがとうございます。
No matter how long we walk, we can't seem to get out of this forest.
こんなに森が深いと、本当にどっちに進んでるのかわからなくなっちゃいますね。
I want to get some munching in and I realized, oh wait, now is not a good time to do it. Because I have to carry the scene with like, it's just Yotsuba and Futaro, so I have to do a lot of talking. Don't worry, I'm paying attention. Judging from the position of the sun, we're definitely heading south for now. You can usually tell where the sun touches the plants and how the tree branches and moss are growing.
そうなんですか?
Usually the side that grows better is the south side. Basically the logic is, if you're in the northern hemisphere, the sun's aspecting is more south. Because, you know, the equator, right? So, that means plants, the south side of a plant will be more exposed to the sun, thus more photosynthesis occurring in specific spots. And that's where, like, why moss is the way that it is.
そんなことまで分かっちゃうなんてすごいですね、上杉さんは。
Of course, what I gave you is like the super like TLDR version. There's a way longer, much more sophisticated explanation, but I'm not a botanist, so I don't know all the details of that. Well, I can only tell the general direction. I don't know where we'll end up on the south side of the island. After coming out of the forest without accidentally stumbling upon a path, we might end up on a different beach.
でも、私の知らないことばかりですよ。やっぱり上杉さんは頼りになります。
Well, if you study hard on a regular basis, you should know that kind of stuff, Yotsuba. Guess he's got her there. Don't laugh it off like that. Good grief. Based on the position of the sun, we still have time until dusk. I want to get back to a familiar place while it's still light out.
そうですね。こんな森じゃ暗くなっちゃったら進むどころじゃないです。でもこのままだと今日中に別荘まで帰りつけないかもしれませんね。
If there was some kind of animal trail, walking would be much easier. I doubt we'll find anything like that if we only found rabbits.
すみません。私がウサギさんと遊んでいたせいで大事な時間を無駄にしちゃって。
What are you talking about? It's not your fault. I was the one who suggested to rest.
あれは私がはしゃいでたから上杉さんが気を使ってくれたんですよね。
I've told you many times that you worry too much. I've also reached my limit at that time, you know.
それは私が上杉さんを振り回してしまったからで。
It's Yotsuba's constant like self-deprecation and blaming herself for everything. It's like sometimes stuff just happens and it's not your fault.
私はもう上杉さんに迷惑をかけたくないです。足を引っ張りたくないのに。
I thought you was gonna talk more. It's me who's holding you back, you know. Unlike you, I have no stamina at all.
そんなことないです。上杉さんは頭を使って私をたくさん助けてくれてます。だから私はこの体力を生かして上杉さんをちゃんと助けないと。
Yotsuba has helped me so much already. I'm not sure if I could have made it this far alone. Oh wait, I only made it this far because of her strength, and Yotsuba because of my knowledge. It's almost like we're a yin and a yang. My god, you're really stubborn. Well, do whatever you like.
私もっともっと頑張ります。
She's gonna carry his ass, isn't she?
ただ私はおバカですからまた勝手なことして迷惑かけちゃうかもしれません。
If anything happens, I'll be there to help you. If there's something that you're lacking, Yotsuba, I won't be able to do anything at all. It's pointless just to blame each other for it. In that case, wouldn't it be easier for us to just do what we want to do? Whether you care about it or not, I don't care about it anymore, so do whatever you want. I will hinder you. If I think that you're going to fail at something, and if you do fail, I'll support you without asking for anything in return. What do you think? So what do you want to do?
じゃあ今だけは少しだけ自分勝手になっちゃいますね。
Do as you please. However, if you try to do something dangerous, I'll stop you no matter what.
はい。その代わり失敗しても怒らないでくださいね。
Relax, I won't get angry. No matter what kind of mistake you make, I'll definitely take you back to the villa.
違いますよ、上杉さん。
Hmm?
上杉さんが私を連れて帰るんじゃなくて、私と上杉さん、二人で一緒に帰るんです。
That's exactly right.
じゃあここからは私が先に進んで、なるべく歩きやすい場所を探しますね。
Okay, I'll leave it to you. It is in your hands.
上杉さんは私が間違った方に進まないようにちゃんと見張っててくださいよ。あと疲れたら早めに行ってください。気がつかずに置いてっちゃったりしたら困りますから。
Roger that.
じゃあ出発です。頑張っていきましょう。
Yeah. Yeah. As Yotsuba took the lead through the forest, we started walking faster. If we keep at the pace, we might be able to make it through the forest before it gets dark.
上杉さん、見てください。あそこで森が途切れてますよ。
Oh, you're right. Good job, Yotsuba. Thank you for leading the way.
何言ってるんですか。上杉さんのアドバイスがあったからこそですよ。
Well, anyway, let's go and take a look. Maybe there's a path there. If there is...
みんなのところまであと一歩ですね。
It's not as easy as we thought. Reality can be tough, huh?
あはは、まさか崖とは思いませんでしたね。
It can't be it can't be helped. We'll have to take another detour and look for a safe place to descend.
あ、上杉さん、ちょっと待ってください。
Hey, Yotsuba, getting that close to the cliff edge is dangerous.
なるほど。
What's up? Did you find a place to descend safely?
この崖の下、池になってます。ここは飛び降りちゃいましょう。
Huh? What are you talking about?
水面までは7、8メートルくらいですかね。これなら行けますよ。
No, that's too high. Shouldn't we just forget about it?
お前の好きなようにしてみろって言ってくれたのは上杉さんじゃないですか。
Yeah, I did say that. But
崖を回り込んだとしても安全に降りられる場所が見つかるとは限りません。これ以上遠回りするのは大変ですよ。
Yotsuba's comment is surprisingly accurate.
だからここは思い切って池に飛び込んで一気にショートカットしちゃいましょう。
I did say I would object if it seemed dangerous, didn't I? Besides, I don't want to put you in danger.
大丈夫です。ほら、上杉さんも準備体操してください。1、2、3、4。
Are you serious? What if the pond is too shallow?
そんなことありませんよ。見るからに深そうじゃないですか。
Just a little bit of trivia. You ever watch those videos of like those guys just diving into like huge ponds or like off a cliff, like cliff diving? They always throw a rock into the pond first. And the reason why they do that is one, they check their trajectory of how they have to jump, mimicking the rock, like the angling. And two, based on how the rock hits the water, it gives them a gauge of how deep the pond is. Even if you say so, from this height?
ほーら、やっぱり深いですよ。上杉さんもよーく見てみてください。
What you got for me? Really? But just because you can't see the pond's bottom. Which is true.
えい。
Dude, she just pushed him.
それっと。
We gonna get a picture? We gonna get a picture? A picture of them in the water? Yotsuba, you...
ほら、私の言った通り大丈夫でしたよ。
Come on, did you have to push me off the cliff?
上杉さんに言われた通り好きにしちゃいました。ヒューッと来てドボーって漫画みたいで楽しかったですね、上杉さん。
I guess taking the shortcut was a good idea. I assume it's just a good answer, but I already have more than enough points to the Yotsuba. I got like all the right answers at the beginning.
ですよね。私の作戦通りです。
It's all thanks to your initiative, Yotsuba.
こんな風に褒められるとさすがに照れますね。
But still, pushing someone off a cliff is not okay. I was really shocked.
そこは水に流してください。ほら、水の中にいるわけですし。
You're trying to be funny. Or you trying to be funny? But jumping off the cliff? You're crazy, Yotsuba.
そうですか？ちょっと高めの飛び込み台と変わらないですよ。
Yeah, but you're talking to a guy who's probably never jumped off a diving board. Well, for me, this is like standing on the platform of Koyomizu Dera, you know?
私としてはもう少し高くてもよかったですね。
Well, that makes one of us. Seriously, what's going on with your senses?
普通ですよ。今は水が冷たくて気持ちいいって感じてますし。
Oh yeah? It does feel good, I guess. Running around in the forest was exhaustive. Diving in the pond made me feel alive.
こんな効果があるとは思いませんでした。ちょっと泳いじゃいたいくらいです。なんて、さすがにそんなことしてる場合じゃないですよね。
Yotsuba seems to be having a good time. I guess she was always getting tense. She was also getting tense, huh? We went through a lot of trouble, but in the end, I hope we can look back at it as a good memory as well.
上杉さん、さっきから私のこと見てニヤニヤしてませんか？
Huh? Yeah. A little. How, you dare do that?
ぼーっとしてるからですよ。それ
Yotsuba, it seems you got me fired up.
おーっと、勝負しますか？私だって負けませんよ。
どほほ。
一気に行きますよ。それ。水浴びしたおかげでさっぱりしましたね。
Come to think of it, we took a bath still wearing our normal clothes, but being able to wash away the sweat feels so good. Well then, what should we do now? There's something I want to check before we move on. Which side was it again?
どこへ行くんですか？
When I fell off the cliff earlier, I think I saw a stream flowing out of this pond.
小川ですか？近くには見当たりませんね。
Yeah, because he's looking for the direction so that he can follow the stream down, and he assumes it'll lead to, like, the river where they get their drinking water. Maybe it was just my imagination. Let's just look around the pond, just in case.
じゃあ、私はあっち側を見てきますね。
Alright, but don't do anything dangerous while I'm gone.
はい、わかりました。上杉さん、ありましたよ。小川発見しました。
I knew it was there, so I wasn't mistaken.
上杉さんが見たって言うんですから、絶対にあると思ってましたよ。
There's more water than I thought. Its water level must have risen from the storm.
それで小川を見つけてどうするんですか？
Check it out. The sun is getting pretty low.
もうすぐ夕方ですね。
Don't worry, Yotsuba. Do you know which direction the sun sets?
それくらい私だって知ってます。西ですよね。
I'd like you to answer with more confidence.
間違ってますか？
No, you're right. So the villa is on the southern coast of the island. Behind the villa, there was a waterfall and a river we used to get water from, right?
あ、なんとなく分かってきました。
You figured it out, Yotsuba. Looking at the direction the stream is flowing, it's probably connected to the river near the villa.
じゃあ、この川沿いに進んでいけば。
The chance of us being able to get back will increase. The worst case would be reaching the coast near the villa.
やりましたね、上杉さん。あとちょっとって感じですよ。
You did a great job. Thanks to our jump into the pond from the cliff, we were able to save a lot of time. If we had chosen to go around the cliff, we might still be stuck in the forest.
思い切って飛び込んでよかったですね。
I was pushed off a cliff, you know.
そこだけ聞くと上杉さん殺人事件みたいですね。
Well, all we can do now is pray that there aren't any more cliffs along the river where we can't proceed.
上杉さんが神頼みなんてらしくないですよ。その時はまた二人で何とかしましょう。
Yeah, you're right. Let's make sure we get back before it gets too dark.
はい。 あれ、ここってもしかして。
Oh,
上杉さんも見覚えがありますよね。別荘の近くじゃないですか？
there's no mistake. I remember this place too.
私たち本当に帰ってこれたんですね。
Yeah, things did work out.
これも上杉さんのおかげです。本当にありがとうございました。
No, it's not. We couldn't have done it alone. I needed you.
私には上杉さんが必要でしたね。
That's right. We made it back together because we needed each other, right?
はい、私と上杉さん二人で一緒に帰ってきたんです。頑張って二人で。
Oh, that voice is very familiar.
いつかの声です。四つ葉、上杉くん、いたら返事をしてください。
And that's Itsuki.
おーい、いつかー、いつきー。四つ葉、風太郎くんも。
Hey, sorry for worrying you guys.
ただいま戻りました。よかった。みんなこっちいたよ。四つ葉、見つかったの？お兄ちゃん？
Raiha, I'm back. Sorry I'm a little late.
お兄ちゃんのバカバカ、どこがちょっとなの？ずっと探してたんだよ。
I'm really...
お兄ちゃん、お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃん。
Don't cry so much, Raiha. I'm okay. I'm not going anywhere anymore.
本当に無事でよかった。ライハちゃん、すごく心配してたんだよ。私も二人に何かあったらどうしようって。ミク、ごめんね。私ミク、ここは二人の無事を喜びましょう。うん。おかえり、四つ葉、風太郎。おかえりなさい。うん、ただいま。心配かけちゃってごめんね。四つ葉。ニノ。こんなとこにいたの？今までどこ行ってたのよ。怪我は？ああ、もう手も足も傷だらけじゃない。大丈夫なの？これは森の中でちょっと。でも血が出たりはしてないから平気平気。何が平気よ。もう急にいなくならないでよ、バカ。本当にずっと心配してたんだから。うん、ごめんね。
Although we made it back safely, I still feel like we made them worry too much. I made Raiha cry too. I mean, yeah, you've been gone for like almost 24 hours. That'll do that to people. Hey Jazzy, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're just finishing up the Yotsuba route. But I'm really glad that we were able to reunite safely. That is all that matters.
上杉くん、これはどういうことなのですか？一体どこで何をしていたのです？
Well, a lot happened. However, I'm taking the responsibility.
納得できるように説明してね。
Okay, I'll try. I'll explain everything thoroughly from the beginning. But before that... Oh!
お兄ちゃん、どうしたの？もしかして。
I'm sorry, Raiha. I'm...
上杉くん？
He's like passing out from exhaustion.
風太郎くん？どうしたの、風くん？風太郎。上杉さん？
Oh. I felt relieved seeing you guys, but suddenly I'm feeling really hungry.
そうじゃないかと思った。
Yeah, I mean, he's been surviving off jackfruits in his walk back, so yeah, he'd be pretty hungry.
脅かさないでよ。本当にあなたという人は時と場合を考えてください。そういえば今日はまともなものを食べてなかったかも。私も急にお腹が減ってきちゃった。でもよかった。お腹が減るのは元気ってことだよ。だったら夕食は任せなさい。嫌ってほど食べさせてあげるわ。しっかり食べて明日帰るまでには元気になってもらわないと。お兄ちゃん、四つ葉さん、ほら早く帰ろう。
Yeah, let's go back.
はい、帰りましょう。
Ah, I'm finally free. Since yesterday, I had no idea how I could explain the situation to them. I'm glad that they worry about me, but I'm completely exhausted. It's open. Come on in.
失礼します。
The interrogation for today is over. Oh, it's Yotsuba.
お邪魔します。
Have you also been released from the barrage of questions?
はい、なんとか。なかなか大変でしたね。
I was trying to explain things in an order that made sense, but they kept bombarding me with more and more questions.
しかもみんな質問の内容がバラバラというおまけ付きでしたから困っちゃいました。
That's for sure. If Ichika didn't help you out sometimes, the conversation wouldn't have made progress.
いちかはいつもと同じ感じでしたけど、ニノはとっても怒ってましたね。
Yeah,
すごく叱られちゃいました。
yeah, that definitely sounds like her. Miku was pretty angry too. Her being quiet most of the time made her anger even more scary.
いつきはずーっとムスッとしてましたね。もっと叱られると思ってたので意外でした。
Yeah, that sounds like her too. Well, she probably had her own reasons why she held back.
いろいろと叱られたり怒られたりもしちゃいましたけど、みんなが心配してくれてたのが伝わってきて、なんだか嬉しくなっちゃいました。
That made her happy, huh? Yotsuba's mood seems to have lightened up a bit too.
上杉さん、どうしたんですか？
Ah, well, I was just wondering why you were smirking, even though we've been grilled by everybody. Now I know why.
あれ？そんなに顔に出てましたか？
What game series am I gonna play when this ends? Oh, you're basically asking what I'm gonna play next after we finish this game. Even though I'm not the hugest fan of like waiting for the quote-unquote 1.0 of the game comes out, I think we're gonna start playing some Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. The Olden Era early access came out like at the end of April, a couple weeks ago, and so even though like the game is not like fully like released, like they're gonna patch it up a bit so that the 1.0 comes out, I think we're still gonna play it though, because I really want to play a lot more of it. Like I've only played like a few hours since I got the official game. Oh, was it that obvious? Even from a bystander's perspective, thanks to that, I got caught up in the fray as well. They grilled me hard, telling me to take them seriously.
それはさすがに言いがかりっぽくないですか？
I don't think they meant it that way. Now let's figure out how to settle this.
だったら心配かけてしまったお詫びにみんなにスイーツをおごる約束をしたので。
This will become a great memory too.
ね。そこまで含めてちゃんと心にしまっておきます。
But I can't just let you treat them by yourself. I'm also responsible for this.
いえいえ、これは私たち姉妹の約束ですから。
That won't do it, you know. Let's at least split the bill.
もう上杉さんの分も私がおごっちゃいますよ。だから一緒に行きましょうね。あ、でも上杉さんにはいっぱいお世話になっちゃいましたから、お詫びではなくてちゃんとした形でもお礼させてください。
I didn't do much to deserve all this. You've helped me a lot too, you know.
いいえ、上杉さんのおかげで素敵な夏の思い出ができました。私にはもったいないくらいの素敵なものです。だからお礼をしたいんです。どうしてそんな大きなため息を。
Listen, Yotsuba. Summer isn't over yet, and there's plenty of time even after summer holidays are over. If you're going to thank me for every little tweeny weeny thing like this, it won't ever end.
上杉さん。
Let's make even better memories next time instead of getting lost.
はい。これからもこの先もいっぱい素敵な思い出が作れるように私も頑張りますね。上杉さん。じゃあ上杉さん、おやすみなさい。
Yep, see you tomorrow.
はい、また明日。今度は迷子よりも。
Oh, she's reminiscing. Because it makes sense that their story would be about them getting lost. Because just like when they were kids, they were a little lost and got to know each other very well, and it began the love story of the Quintessential Quintuplets.
なんでどうして思い出しちゃうんだろう。
Because it was in the moment when you were physically lost, you were spiritually found. And that's why she remembers.
自分で決めたのに心の奥にしまってそのまま消してしまおうって。もしあのことを知ったら上杉さんはダメ。私だけが特別であっちゃいけない。
I don't know about that one.
私は上杉さんが誰を好きになっても全力で応援できるように。だから今日の思い出もしまっておかなきゃ。きっとそれが一番いい。そうしなくちゃダメ。そうだよ、また明日って言える。これからも。四つ葉。
Okay, so before Itsuki will probably tell the same thing that she told in the manga. But in the manga, after the Sister Wars, we get the Yotsuba backstories. And it's basically cut up into like 2 mini sections. 2 chapters cover something called Me and My Sisters, and 2 chapters cover something called Me and the Boy. And in that story, we learn a lot of the early parts of the story from Yotsuba's perspective. as well as the Kyoto trip when she met Futaro all those years ago. And but in the manga, since this is a non-canon event, what happened in the manga was that Yotsuba just felt really she kind of felt a little lonely. All the sisters kind of do, but they all feel a little lonely because they don't see Futaro over the summer, which happens right after their Kyoto trip. They don't really see him much, and she starts feeling a little bit alone, which is why that's why she kind of tells this story to the audience. Why Yotsuba tells the story to the audience. She's kind of breaking the fourth wall, being like, okay, I'm kind of bored, so I'll tell you this story about myself. And she tells the story. And the story ends. So Me and the Boy Part 2, which is chapter 91, I think it is. In Me and the Boy Part 2, there's a part where Yotsuba goes to the swings. Because as she explained to Futaro way back in like chapter 28 or whatever it was, she explains to him that like, well, she goes to the swings when she's feeling a little down. And the reason why that helps her is because she gets to see all the houses with the lights on. She goes, it's so nice to see all those families. And Yotsuba's kind of swaying. She's telling the story of herself. And at the end of it, she goes, I wish I could put that feeling away. I wish I could. But I can't. Because the fact of the matter is, Yusuke Futaro, I have loved you all this time. And I still do. And so Yotsuba is always in that, like, after not seeing him for a while, she kind of steals that in herself. She hates that she can't see him. That's why she feels the way that she does, and that's why those chapters occur, because she kind of tells that story to the audience.
どうかしたのですか？そんなところで。なんでもないよ。いつきはどうしたの？私はそろそろ休もうかと。それより今。わお！いつの間にかもうこんな時間なんだ。Yotsuba、あなた。私も今日は疲れちゃったし。帰りの準備は明日の朝にしてそろそろ寝るね。じゃあ、おやすみ、いつき。
I scanned your power levels. I know you're hiding something.
あ、はい。おやすみなさい。Yotsuba。
Oh, she didn't say anything.
あいつらはどうしたんだ？
The next day.
いつか、これで荷物は全部だよ。
ありがとう。忘れ物してもここじゃ取りに戻れないもんね。
火の元も水回りもちゃんと見てきたわ。問題なしよ。戸締まりも確認済み。これぞ立つ鳥や後を濁さずってやつだよね。
おお、間違いないで言えてる。ちゃんと成長してるね。
えへへ、上杉さんという家庭教師が教えてくれてるからね。あとは上杉くんとライハちゃんですが。あ、上杉さん、おはようございます。
Hey.
四つ葉さん、おはようございます。昨べはよく眠れた？ライハちゃんもおはようございます。ええ、もうバッチリです。お兄ちゃんが筋肉痛なんだって。だから動きが変なの。
Leave me alone.
それは大変ですね。上杉さんも少しは鍛えないとダメですよ。えいえい。
Ouch, don't poke me. It really hurts, you know. And don't copy her, Raiha.
まだ迎えの船は見えないね。ああ、そういえば、四つ葉と風くんが乗ったボートってここにあったのよね。
Wait, you know about the boat? Are you still mad? Oh, I guess she knows about the boat because we had to tell her about the boat.
もう危ないことはしないから安心して。
それで沖でイルカと会ったんだっけ。羨ましいな。
たくさん泳いでてボートの近くまで来てくれたんだ。こうドッパーンってジャンプしたり並んで泳いだりしてすごかったですよね、上杉さん。
Yeah, that was really something else.
二人だけイルカを見れたなんてずるい。
私も見たかった。もしかしたら帰りの船で見られるかも。
どうでしょう。来る時も見られませんでしたし、出会いやすい時間があるのかもしれません。あ、じゃあ今度みんなで水族館に行こうよ。みんなで。いいわねそれ。もちろんふうくんもよ。
Ah, well, I don't mind. Raiha probably wants to go too. This will be hilarious later.
行きたい。じゃあ帰ったらイルカショーをやってる水族館を調べないと。
ショーだったらアシカも見たい。ペンギンも。
ミクは欲張りですね。じゃあイルカもアシカもペンギンも全部みんなで見ちゃおうよ。要望が多いわね。誰が調べると思ってるのよ。
ねえニノ、私はクラゲも見られる水族館がいいな。
はいはい、わかったわ。イルカにアシカにペンギンにクラゲもね。楽しみですよね、上杉さん。みんなで行くの。
Hmm. Yeah, I am.
でも簡単に OK してくれましたね。もう少し抵抗されるかと思ってました。戻ったら勉強だろうとか。
What she doesn't know. What she doesn't know. Raiha wants to go too, and there's no reason to refuse accompanying you guys. Besides, I said I wanted to create even better memories with you, right?
そうでした。まだこの夏は終わってないんでした。上杉さんと、そしてみんなと一緒にもっと楽しい思い出を作っていきましょう。
I'm gonna skip this for now.
やれやれ。島に行く前に親父の言ってたバイトってのがまさか写真のモデルだったとはな。
I'll get out my
しか
muffin
も
while they
結
voice
婚式場
act.
用の PR 写真か。明らかに俺抜きじゃないと思うんだが。だが美味しいバイトなことは確かだ。ちょっとポーズをとって写真を撮られるだけであの金額なら受けない理由などない。待ち合わせ場所は確かここだよな。新婦役のモデルとここで合流しろって話だが、誰もいないか。気合い入れて早く来すぎだな。時間まで単語の暗記でもしてるか。
上杉さん、こんにちは。
あれ、四つ葉。なんだ、久しぶりだな。
はい、お久しぶりです。上杉さん、単語帳なんて持って何してるんですか？
ちょっと待ち合わせだ。相手が来るまで勉強しておこうかと思ってな。
こんな時まで勉強なんて上杉さんらしいですね。でものんびりしてると遅刻しちゃいますよ。さあさあ早く行きましょう。
行くって、今日お前と出かける約束なんてしてたか？
いえ、してません。
だよな。すまん。バイトの人と待ち合わせしてるんだ。今度はまた別の日に。
そう、ここで待ち合わせです。
で、
今から写真撮影のバイトですよね。モデルが行かなくっちゃ始まりませんよ。
待て待て。なんで四つ葉がそれを知ってるんだ？
それはもちろん、何を隠そう、新婦役はこの私だからです。
はあ？どういう経緯でそうなったんだよ。
先日ライハちゃんからお父さんが困ってると聞いて何かお手伝いしようと思ったら、ぜひにと頼まれちゃいまして。えへへ。
あの親父仕事が雑すぎんだろ。
あれれ、頭を抱えてどうしたんですか？頭痛ですか？
そんなんじゃねえよ。なんつうか、こういう写真で知ってるやつが相手ってのはどうなんだ？
私は大丈夫ですよ。モデルの大役しっかりとやり遂げてみせます。
やる気満々だな。
ほら、ここまで来たら上杉さんも覚悟を決めてください。
ね、分かってる。お前に言われるまでもない。受けちまった以上やるに決まってるだろ。
上杉さん、お待たせしました。
まあ、四つ葉も着替え終わって。
モデルだって分かってても、ウェディングドレスを着るとやっぱりちょっと緊張しちゃいますね。
四つ葉だよ
どこか変なとこありませんかね？背中とか自分ではよく見えませんし。
な。別に変なところはないと思うぞ。
That's alright. I think the Miku one was really good. No, was it the Ichigo one? I don't remember what each one of them looked like in these wedding outfits.
どうですか？似合ってますか？
孫にも衣装ってやつだな。
That's a very roundabout way of going about it.
孫？私、上杉さんの孫じゃないですよ。
なんだ。つまりだな。
上杉さん照れてますね。
照れてねえ。
隠さなくてもいいんですよ。上杉さんがそういう反応するときは照れてるって知ってますから。
Like you know him so well.
ほらほら、もっとよく見てくださいよ。
お前はそんなに喜んでていいのか？結婚前にウェディングドレスを着ると婚期が遅れるって話もあるんだぞ。
そんなこと言うなんて、上杉さんの鬼、悪魔、勉強お化け。
お、四つ葉ちゃん、ドレス似合ってるじゃないか。これモデルを頼んで正解だったな。
Yo,
上
yo.
杉さんのお父さん、聞いてください。上杉さんたらひどいんですよ。
That's the first time his dad showed up during the shoot. For the Yotsuba route.
結婚前にウェディングドレスを着ちゃうと結婚できなくなるとか言うんです。
そこまで言ってないだろ。
おお、そんなジンクスもあったっけな。じゃあそん時は風太郎に責任取らせるか。
親父、何勝手なこと言ってんだよ。
上杉さんと私が結婚、もしそんなことになったら、
Yo.
ライハちゃんは晴れて私の妹ってことになるじゃないですか。どうします？上杉さん、しちゃいますか？結婚。
四つ葉も親父のザレ言をマジに受け取んな。
Dude, Yotsuba's been thinking that since like chapter 10.
やっぱりダメでしたか。
可愛い娘が増えるなら俺は大歓迎だけどな。さて、悪いがもうちょい待っててくれ。こっちの準備ができたら呼ぶからよ。じゃ、後でな。
親父め、撮影前からこの調子じゃ先が思いやられる。
いやー、すみません、ちょっと調子に乗っちゃいました。
いや、俺も変なこと言っちまって悪かったな。普段のお前とイメージが違いすぎてちょっとびっくりしてな。
え、そんなに違いました？
ああ、正直驚いた。
それは仕方がないかもしれませんね。だってウェディングドレスは女の子を可愛くする魔法の服なんですから。
Bro.
魔法？ そんなもの。
あるわけないですか？でも上杉さんだって使ってるじゃないですか。
は？俺が？
上杉さんのタキシード姿、とっても素敵です。私もドキドキしてるんですよ。
え？
引っかかりましたね。
あ、お前まさか。
嘘ですよーだ。
ああ、また騙された。しかも同じ手に。
上杉さんって実は素直な人ですよね。でも似合ってるのは本当ですから安心してください。
へいへい、ありがとな。まったく、次は騙されないからな。覚えておけよ。
This will be hilarious later.
はい、しっかりと覚えておきますね。五等分の花嫁、夏の思い出も五等分。お兄ちゃん頑張ってね。
Alright, we got the Yotsuba good ending. I think the Yotsuba story was quite nice. Especially when you consider like the theming that went behind it, the whole like them being lost together. I think that was really nice. It was a nice touch. And Yotsuba wrestling with her feelings after like she thought about that, like, oh, we were lost, the two of us being lost together. I think that was a very nice story.
データをロードするよ。
Alright, so I'm gonna go back to an earlier save state. And we're gonna unlock the Itsuki
本当
route.
にゲームデータをロードするの？
無理のない確実な計画を立てていきましょう。
Alright, I gotta do a quick look at their stats here. Yeah, it'll be no problem getting Itsuki up to 5 days though? I could have no, because I already like within this short time I'll already crank up Yotsuba's rank, so it's fine. Miku, come on.
昔の人はすごいですね。この短い歌で気持ちを伝え合っていたのですから。
I mean, people can still do that now. Now we're able to easily communicate over cell phones and smartphones. Yeah, we still use poetry, like, all the time, because, you know, metaphorical language is... It enriches our understandings of communication, if that makes sense.
風情がないと言いたいところですが、私もその恩恵を受けていますからね。ですが、勘違いはなかったのでしょうか。
Lots. Misunderstandings.
ただでさえ短いのに、自分の気持ちを正しく伝えられたのかと思いまして。
People in the old days probably used short poems on purpose.
え、どういうことですか?
In the past, being educated was more important than it is now. I guess the reason they were sending such a poem was to test whether the other person had the education to read it.
なるほど。 その発想はありませんでした。確かに今の時代でも教養は大事ですね。あればあるだけ生活が豊かになります。
Thinking that way, you sure are lucky to be born in this generation.
私のことバカにしてますね。
Then I'll ask you, can you express your feelings with such a short poem?
言いましたね。でしたら今ここであなたへの気持ちを歌にして書いてみせましょう。
Oh, do it then.
必ずあなたをうならせるような素敵な歌を書いて。
And then she realized, like, oh wait, hang on. What's wrong? Your hand isn't moving.
これはもしかしなくてもラブレターになるのでは。
What are you muttering about now?
やっぱりなしです。あなたへの歌は書けません。
Huh? You're giving up already?
ギブアップでもいいです。ですからもうこの話はおしまいです。
Yo, she almost got caught though. What happened all of a sudden? Boom. Above 80 intimacy already.
誰がどの料理にしますか？
Oh, we gotta do the fireworks thing again. That's fine.
キッチンの片付け終わったわ
I'm
よ。
just gonna skip the dialogue for now though. Because we've been through this like several times already. But yeah, basically they're gonna do fireworks tonight, so just you know, and yes, we will have to do the flashing lights warning again. Oh. I don't know if I unlocked all these yet. I did not. So here's.
やはり文章だけでは実
Oh, I
験
haven't
の
locked
結果
it.
と言われても腑に落ちませんね。はあ、まさかこんな時に学校の授業のありがたみを実感することになるとは。
Oh yeah, why is that? Speaking of which, weren't you good at science?
ええ、やはり実験の有無もあるのだと思います。実際に手を動かして結果を実感する方がよく覚えられますから。
Yeah. Well, here's a simple question for you. Until now, what has been your favorite experiment or the one you enjoyed the most?
そうですね。どれも興味を惹かれましたが、あえて一つを挙げるなら炎色反応の実験でしょうか。
The one where you touch a flame with a specific metal and it changes color, correct?
ええ、最初にやった時はとても驚きました。火といえば赤、オレンジといったイメージをきれいに打ち砕いてくれましたから。
And then even more surprising was to learn that fireworks also use colored substances that react to the flames. Which is great, because you're going to see that in action tonight.
その通りです。どうやって見つけたのでしょうね。
Those kind of discoveries are usually made out by those with a lot of curiosity. Why? How? Rather than leaving questions like that unanswered, they continue their research until they reach a satisfactory conclusion. It is no exaggeration to say that such people have created the academic disciplines we have today.
本当に昔の人にはかないませんね。でも気持ちはとてもわかります。知りたいという欲求は何にも勝る原動力になりうるのでしょう。誰がライハちゃん。食べられるものを。いや。
I'm gonna skip this too. We've done this conversation a bunch of times. Nino's music preferences. I just want to move through this part kind of quick because I should have, well, I couldn't make a save state further up because in one day I already cranked up like Yotsuba's intimacy points to like 99 basically, and I couldn't like use that save. So I had to go all the way back here. Oops. No.
足利義満、足利義持、足利義輝、足利義秀。
Ashikaga Takaichi.
足利尊内、足利って上杉君、横槍を入れるのはやめてくれませんか？
Sorry, I just blurted it out.
もうこれではいつまで経っても覚えられません。
Successive generations of shogun is hard to learn. When you finish the Muromachi shogunate, next is Tokugawa.
やめてください。考えないようにしていたのに。
I'm sure it's troublesome memorizing the successive generations, but there is a way to do it.
本当ですか？
I told you before, didn't I? Remember it as a flow. It's the application of that. Remember as if it were an episode of a TV show for each general in relation to each other.
簡単に言いますが、それができたら苦労はしません。
For example, Ashikaga Yoshinori, the sixth shogun of the Muromachi shogunate, was chosen through a lottery.
え？将軍をくじ引きでですか？
It seems that the previous shogun was so stubborn that he didn't appoint a successor by his death. The answer given by the worried retainers was a lottery.
それだけインパクトのあるエピソードがあれば覚えやすいですね。それに何と言いますか、人間味があって面白いです。
I couldn't believe it when I first thought of it that way, but thanks to that I was able to remember the name of Ashikaga Yoshinori. So anyway, this is the method of creating TV show episodes to help remember them.
まずはそのエピソードを見つけるところからですね。
I'll help you. So for the time being, take care of the shogun of the Muromachi shogunate.
ええ、お願いします。打倒室町幕府です。
She's acting like we're gonna overthrow it or something.
し。ふうくんの好きな次も任っよーし、花火大会を始めましょう。ねえ待って、ここじゃ風情がないわよ。どうせなら浜辺でやらない？
いいね、せっかく島に来てるんだし。
うん、その方が夏っぽい。風太郎、そうしようよ。
Okay, I don't mind.
では行きましょうか。
We're ready. Let's get started. Oh, by the way, flashing lights warning. It'll probably go on for like 20 something minutes, so you need to just put something over the screen so you don't have to see it. Please do.
パチパチパチ。花火、みんなに配ろうか。
Nah, first we'll shoot this firework off.
打ち上げ花火っていう割には随分とミニサイズよね。
まあそこは我慢しようよ。
点火は私がするよ。みんなはちょっと離れてて。お願いします、四つ葉。じゃあ行くよー。点火。わあ、上がった。打ち上げ成功です。
That was underwhelming.
お母さん、今年も全員揃って花火を見れました。
Oh yes, for the quintuplets, fireworks reminds them of their mother.
それじゃ本格的に花火大会を始めますか。
思ったよりたくさんあるね。ライハちゃん、どれにする？どれにしようかな。これがいいかな。ライハちゃん、1分しか選ばないなんて甘いですね。私なんてほら、二刀流ですよ。うわー、かっこいい。私もやろうっと。勝負ですね。さあ、この私の動きについてこれますか？それー。2人ともやけどしないように気をつけてくださいね。あ、ほら四つ葉、火の向きには注意して。この花火の色、ちょっと好きかも。あんた本当に青いのが好きよね。私はこっちの派手な方が綺麗で好きだわ。そっちの花火も綺麗だと思うよ。でも私はこっちが好きだから。まあそれでいいんじゃないかしら。どっちも花火なのには変わらないしね。うん、好きの形はそれぞれだよ。
みんな楽しそう。このタイミングで花火大会は正解だったね。うん、本当になんとか無事に戻れそうでよかった。
Doesn't matter which one I pick.
迎えの船がこの島に向かってきてるのに。ほんと慎重だよね。でもやっぱり君はそうでなくちゃ。それじゃ私はてるてる坊主でも作ってお祈りしておこうかな。
ふうくん、さっきから花火もしないでいちかと何の話をしてるのかしら。
You're worried? We were just talking about how our island life will soon come to an end, and my goal is to get everyone home safely.
そのためにも船が来るまではやっぱり気が抜けないってね。
Nino, are you finished with the fireworks?
ちょっと休憩よ。四つ葉、ちょっと待ってください。それはさすがに危険です。
What? Yotsuba might be causing trouble again. I'll go check things out.
うん、お願い。いつきちゃんじゃ四つ葉を止めきれないかもしれないしね。
Itsuki, did something happen? I could hear your voice all the way over here.
あ、上杉くん、四つ葉が。上杉さん、ほら、見てください。
Whoa, how many fireworks are you carrying?
さて何本でしょう。わかりますか？
And those are handheld bamboo fireworks. It's gotta be dangerous if you're carrying that many around.
大丈夫です。これくらいは普通です。
It might be normal for you, but it's dangerous for Raiha if she imitates you. Please put the fireworks out.
あ、それはダメですね。すぐに消してきます。すみません。私が綺麗だと言ったことが四つ葉を焚きつけてしまったのかもしれません。
Ah, that makes sense. What is she up to now? Oh no, she's wandering around the rocky area.
四つ葉、何してるんですか？そっちに行くと危ないですよ。魚を見てるの。花火の光で集まってきたりしてないか気になって。上杉さん、明かりで魚を集める漁ってありましたよね。やってみたらどうでしょう。
Maybe I should have put one of the other choices, but this is the correct one for Itsuki to get the way up affinity. Itsuki's worried about you, so hurry up and come back.
はい、すぐに戻ります。いつき、ごめんね。心配させちゃった。魚が取れたらいいなって思ったらつい。もう、もし海に落ちでもしたら無事では済まなかったかもしれませんよ。
Excuse me. Itsuki's right. The ocean at night is more dangerous than you think.
はーい。
Well, fortunately nothing happened, and Itsuki will forgive you, right?
ええ、もちろんです。四つ葉の無事が一番ですから。ですが、戻れる目処もつきましたし、危険を冒してまで魚を取る必要はありませんよ。
Right. Let's enjoy the fireworks now.
はい。じゃあ私はこの花火で。それ。上杉さんはどれにしますか？
I'll take this one. It looks really fancy.
おお、火花の勢いがすごいですね。いつきはどれにする？あれ？どうしたの？うまくつかなかった？はい、しけっていたのでしょうか。それじゃあ、はい、私の花火でつけてあげるよ。あ、つきました。ありがとうございます。お礼なんていいよ。これは可愛い妹に心配かけちゃったお詫びってことで。そうですね。で、それとこれは別問題では？バレちゃったか。
I guess she's aware that she's the older sister. Yotsuba is more childish, but Itsuki is childish too most of the time. It must be another quintuplet thing.
あれ？もう花火全部やっちゃった？たくさんあると思いましたが、あっという間でしたね。
Raiha, did you have fun?
楽しかった。私もです。四つ葉は騒がしい花火ばかりやってたわね。
風太郎くん、最後に打ち上げ花火やるから準備手伝ってくれる？
There's still one more?
最後にやろうと思って別にしておいたんだ。花火大会の締めくくりにふさわしいでしょ。
Oh, so that's why there's still one left. Okay, leave preparations to me. Alright, I'll light it. You go join the others.
よろしく。
Okay, here we go. And there.
たまやー。今年も全員揃って花火を見れましたね。何言ってんのよ。これはこれでいいものだけど、本番はまだでしょ。
またみんなでお出かけしよう。今年は私もしっかりとスケジュール調整しておくから。
楽しみだね。
These fireworks. They were kinda underwhelming. But these are the same fireworks we saw in the park last year. When we first met, I was worried if we even get along, but we've gotten to know each other quite a lot within this past year. It's the same with the fireworks. The fireworks are just as lackluster as ever, or as last year, but they seem so much more beautiful now than they were back then.
ふうくん、朝よ。
Oh, this is Nino waking him up.
朝になったわよ。いつまで寝てる気？もう仕方ないわね。お邪魔しまーす。
Whose voice is that?
ふうくん、朝よ。起きて。
Ah, it's Nino.
おはよう、ふうくん。
Wait, what? Why are you in my room?
声をかけても返事してくれないんだもの。おかげでいいもの見ちゃったわ。
Something nice.
ふうくんの寝顔。
Huh? Why do you want to see my sleeping face? How is that nice?
スケジュール立て。
できた。
It's too bad, Itsuki. If you had gotten one more problem correct, you would have passed.
計算ミスさえしなければ正解だったはずなんです。
Yeah, mistakes are mistakes. No matter how small a mistake may be, it cannot be ignored.
わかっています。
If this had been a real test, it would have felt really bad.
それもわかっています。
The best way to reduce miscalculations is through practice.
私はまだまだ練習不足だったということですね。ですが、それだけです。練習不足なら練習すればいいだけのこと。
That's the way. To start, there are mountains of problems in textbooks, so you should do as many as you like. But don't go at them too hard now, okay? What? Did I say something strange?
いえ、まさかここで心配されるとは思わなくて。
I literally threw myself between a fight. Like, your fight with... I threw myself in between you and Nino in a fight. Yeah, I do worry about you like this. I said that you don't practice enough, but you're the best problem solver out of your sisters. So, yeah, I can tell you're doing your best. So you don't have to overdo it, is what I meant. Don't laugh.
すみません。ですが、本当におかしくて。
Give me a break.
ありがとうございます。あなたなりに私を励ましてくれたんですよね。
It's troublesome to be dragged down by mistakes and feel like you're not good at something. I'm just giving you a psychological boost as a tutor should.
では、そういうことにしておきます。やはりニノにお願い。
材料足りてるかな。
スケジュール立てるのは苦手なんですよね。
No one's short on anything, so. Hmm.
大学に進学したら第二外国語もやらねばならないのですよね。
Yes, that's right.
今ですら英語の勉強で苦労しているというのに、さらにもう一つ外国語の勉強を。
I heard that some universities don't require a second foreign language. You can only hope that your school will be like that. So that means, like, when they say a second foreign language, that means that for university, they have to more or less know 3 languages, because they have to obviously know their own home language, Japanese, and they take a lot of English in their high school. So I think what they're saying is, for university, you're required to have a 3rd language after that. Japanese, your native tongue, English, the lingua franca, and then like a 3rd language on top of that. Is that what? I think that's what they're getting at. Because the wording says specifically second foreign language, which means that it's not just a second language, but it's requiring 2 languages outside of their native tongue, Japanese. I think that's what they're getting at.
気楽に言ってくれますね。ちなみに上杉君は仮に第二外国語を選択するのならどの言語を選びますか？
Let's see. I think any language that is used in Europe is fine. So what are our options? Like French, Spanish, German. There's a lot of them, but I'm just thinking of like what would the ones he'd pick. Russian.
フランス語やドイツ語などですか？
There are many countries where English is not an official language. I want to cover my bases. At that point, you'd have to learn every language, because every language has like their native tongue. And how about you?
そうですね。正直どれも悩ましいです。
Of course.
大変だとは思いますが、トリリンガルは憧れます。海外旅行に行った時、レストランなどでさらりと会話ができたらとても気持ちが良いでしょうね。
And of course, you connect it to food.
いいじゃないですか。
Well, you're free to fantasize, but rather you should first try to learn the English in front of you.
それを言わないでください。
I wonder when the trilingual Itsuki will make her appearance.
とりあえずその妙な呼び方は二度と使わないでくださいね。
Meat monster it is again. Meat monster it is then.
私まおいしく
Oh, this is delicious. Oh, I already made the pizza? I didn't know
え
that.
え、しっかり味がついてて最高の出来だわ。付け合わせのパンが止まらないです。
いつき、お料理は逃げないから大丈夫だよ。
お水用意しておこう。ここは無人島だけど、なんだかリゾート地で食べてる料理みたいだね。
無理のない確実。心ってどこにあるのでしょう。
I think I have all the studying conversation with Itsuki. I think. Why are you saying that out of nowhere?
かわいそうなものを見るような目をするのはやめてください。純粋に疑問なんです。心とは心臓にあるのか、それとも頭の中にあるのか。
You're crossing into philosophy. That's not something to discuss when you're studying biology.
分かっています。私も以前までならこのような疑問は抱かなかったと思います。
Until before.
それは最近人の思いと言いますか、心の不可思議さを強く感じることが多くありまして、本当に想像を超えることや理屈では説明がつかないことばかりが起こります。
Man, I completely feel the same way. I thought people's thoughts and feelings would only get in the way of my studies. Especially recently, I've been confronted with those kinds of thoughts and feelings.
上杉君。
He's basically just summarizing his time with them. Also, the things have started since I became your tutor. I'm at a loss.
その割にはあまり嫌そうな顔をしていないように見えますが。
You think so? It's hard to be thrown for a loop all the time. Excuse me. Like living on this desert island.
あなたもちゃんと考えているのですね。
I mean, yeah. What?
いえ、上杉君はこのままでいいのではと思っただけです。
You mean I should always keep going through this? Huh. Don't make me laugh.
でしたらちゃんと答えを見つけてくださいね。何の答えかは言いませんけど。
I'll just say that I'll take the proper precautions.
くんの好き。次。
Okay, we're gonna just skip this part too. This is the whole, like, we're gonna do the test the next day. And now we've basically caught up to, we're at the test part. And we're gonna start the Itsuki route. I don't think I'm missing anything. Let's try it. I think I got all the conversation with Itsuki. Yeah, that's what I thought.
私でも構い。
Boom, 99 intimacy.
どの料理にし。おいしおお、おいしそうな天ぷらそばです。
It smells good, and the tempura looks like it was fried just right.
さ、伸びる前に食べちゃおう。つるつるで喉越し最高です。天ぷらもサクサクしておいしい。
This is something I'd love to eat again.
おかわりを所望します。私も。
Alright, doing the test bit. We'll just skip this for now as well. Let's just jump right into the Itsuki route.
1か
Everybody passes because it's this part is like the easiest part of the game, honestly.
見せてもらったぞ。約束通りこれでの。
手応えは感じていましたから。上杉さん？
He says, I'm happy that you guys like me. One out of 5 is the Itsuki route. Oh, we just start with this. Okay. We start with some Itsuki personal thoughts, I guess.
いいお湯でした。
Let's make a quick save here. We are playing the Nakano Itsuki route.
あ、いつきちゃんおかえり。
Alright, what do you guys what is Itsuki wanting to plan for us to do for the last 2 days?
お風呂お先にいただきました。ほらほら、いつきもこっちに来て。え、何をしてるんですか？みんな揃って。明日からの予定を立ててたんだ。上杉さんがお風呂に入ってるうちにね。今度は私たちが風太郎に楽しんでもらう番だから。
This is the first
サプライズ。
This is the first time that you kind of see the planning process, because usually, like, with all the other routes, it just jumps to, like, them wanting to do stuff for them. You never actually see this planning process, so let's see what they kind of planned for them.
こ の島に来てから大変だったけど、残りの日くらいは思いっきり楽しいことをしなくちゃね。そしてあわよくば。
You said it out loud. You said the quiet part out loud again, Nino.
ニノ、ミクもきっと上杉君との思い出を作ろうと考えているのですね。
Yeah, because they want him. You've known this. Don't act brand new.
いつき、早く早く。ここはやっぱりみんなで考えなくっちゃ。
さーて、5人揃ったところでどうしよっか。やっぱり定番の海かな。
See, okay, so what kind of story would they want to tell with Itsuki? I think like on the surface they'll kind of start with like Itsuki trying to get the other sisters away from him for a while, because like in the manga, one of the kind of jokes that they did was that after not seeing Futaro for a while, during the summer, Futaro calls up the sisters because there was supposed to be like their class agreed to go for like a beach day, but the Nakanos didn't make it because it was they were still doing like moving stuff back into their dad's apartment. And then Futaro calls them up to go to the pool, and Itsuki freaks out because she's like, oh no, like, you know, we started to like settle back down as sisters kind of thing, and things were like kind of nice and peaceful and quiet when Futaro wasn't around. And then of course like you have the pool episode, and Itsuki's constantly freaking out because like, well, Nino and Miku for sure are like throwing themselves all over him. And of course like Itsuki also knows about Yotsuba's whole deal. So there's this whole thing where like Itsuki's constantly trying to like maintain the peace with the sisters. And of course like because that had just happened after Sister Wars, that Itsuki was constantly preoccupied with that, but at the same time, you know, Itsuki is constantly wrestling with her own feelings. So it would be something like that. Like on the surface, she's gonna try and plan like stupid things so that the sisters don't get too close to him. But at the same time, she's gonna end up doing things that like, she kind of ends up putting herself kind of close to him and gets all embarrassed about it, which is kind of Itsuki's whole bit.
でも山登りなんてのもいいかも。孤島の山からの風景なんてそうそう見られるものじゃないもんね。あの風太郎くんが相手でもうならせることができそうじゃない？
いちか、なんだか浮かれていませんか？
え？そう？まあ仕方ないじゃない。こういう時くらい楽しく過ごしたいって思うもん。いつきちゃんだってそうじゃない？この夏は今しかないんだよ。
そうですね。いつき、どうしたの？何か心配事でもある？
そんなことはありませんよ。無事に島から脱出できそうですし、心配事なんてありません。そうよね。食事の問題にももう頭を悩ませなくても済むものね。そうですね。心配事がないなんて嘘です。むしろ心配事で頭がいっぱいですよ。
Because of course it is.
このままではまたあの時の修学旅行のようなことになってしまうのでは。私たち以外には誰もいない無人島。こんな状況で勉強から解き放たれて何も起こらないなんて、そんな楽観的な考えになれるわけがありません。
おーい、いつきちゃん
？That face.
はい。
さっきから表情がコロコロ変わってるよ。
まあ明日から何をしようかとつい考えてしまいまして、楽しみですね。 いつき積極的ね。
そうですか？ミクとニノの視線が刺さるようです。
Because they suspect something. They know there's something.
そもそもこの旅行自体あまり賛成ではなかったんです。上杉君と私たちだけで別荘だなんて。上杉君に恩返しをするにしても他にやり方はあったはずですし。
Now you're only telling us this now after like 2 weeks of being on this island. Like, come on.
またいつきが百面相してる。
何を考えてるのかしらね。とにかくこれ以上変なことが起こらないように私が一層注意しなければ。
But knowing Itsuki, she's the one who ends up making strange things happen. Going back to the pool episode, so this is like what? Chapter 90. I would say it's like chapter 96. So 95, chapter 95, I think. Somewhere in there, like mid 90s. And well, if chapter 91 is The Boy and Me Part 2. And then the next one is like Futaro goes to the beach. So I guess it's chapter 93. So chapter 93 must be the pool episode then. And during that, there's the whole like, she's like, oh, I don't want like, I have to watch out for my sisters, like for them to start competing with each other, which like Nino and Miku obviously do because they're constantly throwing themselves. The two of them are constantly throwing themselves at Futaro. But then even Itsuki's just kind of like, and she kind of did in this game too, where you remember before the beach section during the survival section of the game, when Nino's like, oh, I want you to see him in my bathing suit, and Miku's like, I want to see you in my bathing suit. And even Itsuki kind of like gets into it because, yeah, Itsuki's kind of, she always thinks she's like, oh, I don't want these weird things to happen, but she constantly makes weird situations between her and Futaro, which is a big part of their relationship in a nutshell. So press D to doubt on that one. Hey Gauntlets, welcome to the stream. This ain't the Xenoblade Chronicle 4. Give that a like, it is not happening. Regardless, what's good? Yeah, just going through, just finished the Yotsuba route and starting the Itsuki route now. But we know damn well that Itsuki's gonna do something to make strange things happen. We just know.
姉妹の平穏は私が守ります。そうと決まれば。
And this is where like the whole protecting the peace of her sisters is madcap, because I've made this statement before when it comes to like, well, Itsuki being the problem girl in the harem setup, is that Itsuki directly does things to create problems in the story. And so, for instance, like this whole protect the peace of her sisters thing, in a lot of ways, Sister Wars is her fault. Because the reason why Sister Wars is in fact Itsuki's fault is because she had all the information. She knew everything. She had all the data. She knew that Futaro, that Ichika, Nino, Miku, and Yotsuba were all in love with him. She knew that. And decided to do nothing. And so when they had their little crash out moment in the library about setting up the groups, Itsuki did nothing. All of that is her fault. And of course, like when the build up to like their field trip and the sisters start like trying to get one over on each other, like Miku with her learning to bake much better and all that, Itsuki knew everything and then and then she chose to do nothing. And so when you look at, when you understand that, you go like, well, Itsuki, she claims she wants to protect the peace of her sisters, but clearly she doesn't, because she deliberately chooses actions that would only escalate the dynamic between her sisters when they were all jealous of each other. So that's a mad cap.
おう、いつきちゃん、急に立ち上がって何か思いついたの？
はい、これ以上ない名案を思いつきました。いいわ、聞かせてもらおうじゃない。
I would love to hear this idea.
では、まずは私たちの立場をよく考えてください。
Okay.
立場。
What are you getting at?
そう、私たちは受験生なんです。
うん、そうだけど、今はあまり関係なくない？
大いに関係あります。我々受験生にとって夏こそが勝負の時。つまり遊んでいる時間などありません。
This is a bad idea.
勉強をしましょう。上杉くんだってきっと喜んで指導してくれます。
Okay.
夏は今しかないのです。
The reason why we know this is immediate cap is because a few days ago in universe, Nino proposed that they did their test early so that they could have the last 2 days to play. And Fudoro, at first he was like, "Oh, are you sure?" And all the sisters agreed to this. If Itsuki really thought this, which she doesn't, by the way, she's just trying to like use it as an excuse for her sisters not to interact with him. Not like they haven't been doing that for 2 weeks already on this island, but if she really wanted to, she would have fought Nino on this. When Nino proposed that they take the test early, because the other sisters only agreed with Nino because Nino really convinced them. But if Itsuki really cared about this dynamic, she would have fought Nino back then, but she clearly didn't.
ねえ、あんたバカなの？
Yeah, you tell her, Nino. Are you stupid?
はい。
チェンジ。
Yeah, all the other girls will disagree to this. This is a dumb plan.
ごめん、いつきちゃん。私も賛成できないかな。
Yeah, none of them will agree to this.
私もさすがにここはちょっと。
だいたいふうくんとの思い出作りが目的なのに、勉強じゃいつもと変わらないじゃない。
Yeah. That was the reason why Nino even came up with the idea to do the test early. Because they wanted to quote unquote use the last few days to make memories. New memories on this island. That was the whole point of taking the test early. If you wanted to not do that, you would have fought Nino earlier in the story. To not do the test early. To prevent this. But clearly, Itsuki didn't think that through. Because she doesn't think a lot of things through. That's her problem. Like, that's one of the funny things about Itsuki's character, right? Is that, like, she is really the dumb one of the story. As much as we joke that Yotsuba's kind of like the dumb one. Itsuki really is the dumb one because she doesn't think things through. The reason why, like, as I was talking about earlier, that Sister Wars was her fault. And another reason why it's her fault is because she did not think through any of the implications of her knowing the information. Like, okay, yeah, we could say that, like, part of it was she deliberately chose not to intervene with her sister when her sisters were all, like, gushing over Fudoro, when they're all falling in love with him. She did not at all, she deliberately chose not to interject herself. But at the same time, part of that is because she's at least self-conscious enough to know that, like, she doesn't have a good plan of how to do that. Because she, to some degree, knows that she's not very good at thinking things through. That's the real reason why her and Fudoro keep butting heads, because they're... well, Fudora's kind of like this, too. That he doesn't think things... They don't think things through all that well. And then their lack of foresight gets them caught up in the moment. And when they're caught up in the moment, that's where they start, you know, throwing insults at each other and butting heads. And that's kind of like Itsuki and Fudo's relationship, is that they're both kind of the same that way. And then like, okay, the case in point example of like Itsuki did not think things through is, if you remember in Sister Wars, you learned that Itsuki brought like an expensive like set of lingerie, and what she was going to use it for was like an incredibly stupid plan. So her plan was that she was going to dress up and pretend to be Rena, the girl that Futaro met in the past. Rena. And she was gonna like, what was her big plan, right? So, her plan is incredibly stupid. It's like, okay, so she was, at some point during the trip, she wanted to play this role and then have him remember that he met Yotsuba in the past. That was Itsuki's big plan. But what was the plan, right? Was the plan like be Rena, and then like, okay, the sexy lingerie thing is kind of like ridiculous. Right? What was the big plan? Like, was she gonna seduce him, and then before like she kind of tries to like, you know, pull him into a bedroom kind of thing, then be like, oh, actually, I'm not the girl you're looking for. The girl you're actually looking for is my sister. But then none of that happened because the other three sisters were all fighting. So it was like Itsuki's plan was incredibly stupid because she didn't think it through, which is which is normally her problem throughout the entirety of the story, is that she doesn't think things through. And so right now, here's the moment of her not thinking things through, and her sisters are immediately like, "That's dumb."
いつきちゃんの気持ちもわかるけど、勉強は戻ってから頑張るってことにしたいかな。
Like Itsuki's just getting thrown counter argument after counter argument because Itsuki did not think this through.
いつきも思い出作りのためにテスト頑張ったんじゃないの？
she's getting cooked.
それはそうですが。
Itsuki, just take the L. You got a 5v1 right now. You're not winning this.
せっかく上杉さんが提案してくれたんだし、今日と明日くらい勉強を忘れても罰は当たらないって。
はい、じゃあ改めて明日からやることを考えよっか。
勉強以外でね。はい。結局押し負けてしまいました。私はなんて無力なのでしょう。ああ、お母さん、私は一体どうすればいいのですか？
Hey Scott, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
さて、やってみるか。
Whew, that was refreshing. Taking a bath really is the best. But those guys are so cold. When I came back from the bath, there wasn't anyone in the living room. Wait, no, this makes it seem like I'm feeling lonely, doesn't it? Damn, something feels off. I should just go back to my room and study, like the nerd I am. Oh, Itsuki?
上杉君。
Is something the matter? You're looking down.
どうしてあなたはこんな時ばかり察しがいいんですか？
What? Why are you getting angry?
怒ってません。だいたい誰のせいで悩んでると思っているのですか？
So you are angry. You're angry at me. That's what that means. You're worried?
あ、
So something did happen, huh?
別に大したことではありませんので気にしないでください。
Really?
本当です。問題ありません。あなたに気を使ってもらう必要はありません。
Whenever she says there's no problem, there's usually a problem. Yeah, that's how it is.
それよりも明日からが楽しみですね。ようやく気兼ねなく過ごすことができますから。
Oh yeah, that's true. But no matter what we do, I feel like I'll be thrown for a loop. It's kind of scary. Yeah, it's almost like you've been fed information from the morphinogenic field after like 5 playthroughs and 5 different routes. You realize that something is gonna happen, because it's always something.
それは頑張ってくださいとしか言えませんね。
But I was surprised. I never thought you'd tell me that you were excited yourself.
どういう意味ですか？私だって今しかないこの夏を楽しみたいという思いくらいあります。ただ私たちは高校生です。夏だからと羽目を外しすぎず、身の丈に合った行いを心がけるべきであり。
See, that's another thing too of like Itsuki just being incredibly stupid. It's like, you know, if she didn't say anything, nobody would think this. Like nobody would think this if she didn't say anything. Especially like knowing Futuro as a person. Like she should know that he doesn't think that way. Especially this late in the story.
つまり節度を持って行動すべきだということです。わかりますよね？
I don't know if I want to mention her dad. That seems like a bad option. Even I know that much feels like headbutting, so I feel like this one is the right answer. What's been bothering you since earlier? You seem oddly tense. If there's anything you want me to correct, please let me know. I'll be careful.
それはいえ、上杉君は悪くありませんね。私が勝手に。
Yo, that takes a high level of self-awareness. Good job, Itsuki. What's up?
いえ、気に食わないなんてことはありません。ただこれから先、問題が起きないとは限りません。
Do you care to elaborate?
とにかく残り3日です。平穏無事に、そして楽しい思い出を作れるように過ごしましょう。きっとニノやミクは特に楽しみにしていると思いますので。
Those two. Well, maybe they are. Itsuki, I don't know what you're so worried about, but let's have fun and make some good memories, shall we? After all, it's our last summer as high school students, you know.
もちろん分かってます。必ず良い思い出を作りましょう。
Yeah.
では私は部屋に戻りますね。おやすみなさい、上杉くん。あ、そうです。楽しみで眠れなくて寝坊なんてしないでくださいね。
I wouldn't do something like that. Am I an elementary school student? I don't know. 2 routes told me different. I have to act with moderation, huh? I made a promise with their father, and I certainly need to be mindful of that. Oh yes, because only in the Itsuki route we're gonna bring that up again.
お兄ちゃん、そんなところでぼーっとしてどうしたの？
And then this little devil comes along and has to complicate things. Raiha, nah, it's really nothing.
でもさっき月さんと話してたよね。
What, did you see us? The conversation wasn't that important. We just had a simple chat about making good memories. Yeah, but Raiha's like, you know, Raiha was so Team Itsuki. She was so Team Itsuki. Raiha was definitely disappointed with the end of the Quintessential Quintuplets. What's with that look on your face? That's really all there was to it.
お兄ちゃんが言うならそういうことにしておこうかな。
Anyway, starting tomorrow, we're gonna have a blast, right? So go to bed early tonight, right, huh?
はーい。
Alright, I'll go back to my room now. Good night, right, huh?
おやすみなさい、お兄ちゃん。
What the? This early in the morning? Who is it?
おはよう、ふうくん。起こしちゃってごめんなさい。
Nino? Come on in.
お邪魔しまーす。
Morning. What the heck is going on, being this early?
早く目が覚めちゃって。せっかくだし、一緒に朝の散歩なんてどう？
Yo, Nino already...
気持ちいいと思うの。
Yo, Nino already on the attack, though. A stroll, huh? Well, I'm already awake, so let's go.
やったー。じゃあ決まりね。行きましょう。
See, Nino, unlike Itsuki, thinks her plans through. Well, I can't go like this. I'm gonna change first, so wait for me outside, would you?
はーい。待ってるから早くね。
She's so lively in the morning. I'll just get changed then. There we go. Alright.
あんたには関係ないでしょ。ほっときなさいよ。
Uh-oh.
そういうわけにはいきません。
We got trouble. We got trouble! Nino and probably Itsuki. What are they doing in front of my room? Okay, see, I did say Nino thought this through, but I guess Nino didn't think through. Well, she didn't account for that one of her sisters would be trying to sabotage her in her little trying to flirt with Futuro plan. Hey, what are you doing?
いいじゃない、散歩くらい。どうしてあんたに止められないといけないのよ。よくありません。二人きりでなんて。
What? There's suddenly a sisters quarrel? Ah, yes, we are getting the Sister Wars 2 story.
おはようございます、上杉さん。これは一体何事ですか？
I wanted to ask the same thing.
四つ葉までいつの間に。それに上杉くんも。
I mean, everyone can hear you. Good morning, Itsuki. What's with all the commotion so early in the morning?
上杉くんは気にしないでください。ちょうどニノと四つ葉と朝の散歩に行こうと思っていまして。は？ちょっと何勝手に。いいから行きましょう、ニノ。ちょっと引っ張らないでよ。服が伸びちゃうでしょ。失礼します、上杉くん。また朝食の時に。
Okay.
よくわかりませんが、私も呼ばれてたので一緒に行きますね。ではでは。
What was that all about? What was that really about? In the end, Nino just went for a stroll as well. I don't have anything to do. What should I do? Study or help with breakfast? Maybe go back to sleep?
あれ、風太郎、もう起きてたんだ。
お兄ちゃん、おはよう。
Good morning. You're preparing breakfast, huh?
美味しいご飯作ってあげるね。
Then can I help too? I'm bored and have nothing to do.
でも
ミックさん手伝ってもらおうよ。暇だって言ってるんだからお兄ちゃんを助けるつもりで。
わかった。一緒に作ろう、風太郎。
Yeah, leave it to me. Actually, it's weird for me to say that. Please, help me out.
わかった。
So what are we planning to make today?
とりあえず先に食材の確認をしないと。何？
Oh, sorry. First off is the inventory check, which I'm quite used to by now.
そんなこと。あと3日で食べきらないといけないから。どの日にどの食材を使って料理するか、今のうちに考えておかないと。
That's right. Including what we've gathered, we don't want to waste anything.
捨てちゃうのもったいないもんね。
But to do that, we have to plan 3 days worth of meals in advance. Sounds difficult.
そんなことない。これくらい普通だよ。ねえ風太郎、何か食べたい料理はある？今すぐじゃなくても、今日の昼ご飯とか夕ご飯とかに作ってあげる。
See, this is one of those moments that, like, Itsuki's so-called plan, she didn't think this through. Because now Miku is making moves. Now that Miku is basically alone with him. If it's edible, I'm good.
お兄ちゃん。
それって、私の料理なら何でもいいってこと？
Yeah, well, I suppose you could say that.
わかった。頑張る。風太郎、楽しみにしてて。
お兄ちゃんやったね。今のはすっごくポイント高いよ。
Okay there. Points? What? Braiha knows. She's a knower. She knows how the game works.
私もミクさんを手伝わなくちゃ。
I thought you were on Team Itsuki, you little traitor. Hold on a minute. What am I supposed to do? I came here to help, didn't I?
じゃあ、風太郎は味見係で。味見が必要になったら呼ぶから待ってて。
So in the end, I still have nothing to do.
風太郎、味見をしてほしいからこっちに来て。
For an Itsuki route, there's a whole lot of no Itsuki around. Finally, I was getting tired of waiting.
そんなに待っててくれたんだ。
So, what do you want me to taste?
この鍋の。
ただいま戻りました。朝からいっぱい歩いてお腹ペコペコだよ。朝食の準備はどう？
Nino's gonna be pissed. She's just like,
ちょっと、どうしてミクとフー君が一緒に料理をしてるのかしら？しかも仲良く並んで。おお、なんだか新婚さんみたいだね。
Yo, don't say that in front of Nino. Yotsuba, come on.
新婚さん。
Oh no, this is gonna go south real fast.
私も手伝うわ。ニ
Whoa.
ニノ、狭いからあっち行って。
ミクこそ、ここは私に任せていいわよ。いけません。このままでは。
No, Itsuki. This is your fault. You had just let Nino go on a little walk with him. you would have avoided all of this.
私も手伝います。
No, now you're gonna make things worse.
いつきまで
Yeah, you tell him, Yotsuba.
ちょうどライハちゃんにお料理を教えてもらいたいと考えていましたので。ライハちゃん、よろしくお願いします。
いいけど。じゃあ私も手伝うよ。ライハちゃんを独り占めなんてさせないからね。
And this is why Budero thinks that the five of them share one brain cell.
四つ葉までいくらなんでも人が多すぎ。
Hey, Itsuki, don't you think things are getting out of hand because of what you said? Yeah, you tell her.
私に言われましても。
おはよう。目覚ましに何か飲み物もらえる？って何？どうしたの？キッチンに勢ぞろいして。
That is a great question.
いえ、どうしちゃったんでしょうね。
Just imagine this from like Ichika's POV. She's just like, hey guys, morning. Whoa, what is going on here? It's like everyone's in the kitchen all at the same time. What is happening? Maybe someone's celebrating my birthday, even though they all share the same birthday.
あんたがそれを言うわけ？
Ugh, I just had breakfast, but I still feel oddly tired.
いつきがわけのわからないことを言い出すからよ。すみません。ってニノにだけは言われたくありません。
まあまあ二人とも過去を振り返るよりこれから先の大事なことを決めようよ。
大事なこと？
今日何をするかだね。
Yeah, exactly.
正解。結局昨日話した時は最後まで決まらなかったからね。
To be fair, I'd be dumbfounded too after Itsuki's dumb idea. Wait, were you guys talking about something without me knowing? Yes. Come on, brah. Don't act brand new. That's a common thing for them.
ごめん。風太郎のことを驚かせたくて。
That's fine, I guess. But did you guys end up deciding on something or not?
やりたいことが多すぎるのよ。全部やるのはさすがに難しいし。
どんなアイデアが出てたの？
無難に海とか、あとは山登りかな。
Regular stuff.
釣りやピクニック、森林浴なんかも出てましたね。
どれも楽しそう。
Yeah, but you only pick one, Raiha. But doing all of them might be pretty tough in terms of time. Correct.
そうなんだよね。悔いがないようにって考え出したら終わらなくて。
ねえ、やっぱりここは海でしょ。一回泳いだだけで終わりなんてどう考えてももったいないわ。
Actually, yeah, let's make it better to just have some simple fun instead of screwing up trying to do something special.
でしょ？ふうくんもそう思うわよね。
他のみんなはどうかな？
Yeah, a beach sounds like a good plan.
私は賛成。まだまだ泳ぎ足りないし。賛成。
Yeah, because in some of the routes they only ever go to the beach once in the course of like 15 days.
私も反対する理由はないかな。
いつきちゃんは？
そうですね。私も海で構いません。
じゃあ海で決まりだね。私も賛成だし。
みんなわかってるじゃない。
それじゃあ早速準備開始。
今度こそ私の水着でふうくんを。
But you already did that once.
今度こそ風太郎に日焼け止めを塗ってもらう。
She did not get that last time.
ニノ、ミク、目が怖いですよ。
燃えてるね、いろいろな意味で。
あ
Ugh, it's so hot. Yeah, you mean like in the beginning of August? Being outside on a sunny day? Yeah, I would hope so.
さすがの日差しだね。これはちゃんと対策しないと大変だ。
上杉さん、あっちにチェアとパラソルを準備してますから、疲れたら休憩してくださいね。
飲み物も準備してるわよ。
Okay, thanks a lot.
じゃあ何やろう。
Let's see, we've already done some classic watermelon splitting, and we already played beach volleyball.
ふっふっふ、実はそう思ってちゃんと用意してきました。さあ、これを見てください。
What crazy thing did we pull out of the storage this
木の
time?
棒。さっき拾っていたものですね。でもそれを何に使うのですか？
砂山崩し。砂で山を作って、これをてっぺんに刺して倒れないように山を崩していくんだよ。倒しちゃった人の負け。
ああ、なんか地味ね。
It may be dull, but the strategy sounds interesting. Don't you think? I'm willing to play.
まあ、ふうくんが賛成なら私は文句ないわ。
Wow, she went 180 so fast there.
では、砂山崩しで決定でしょうか。いいんじゃない？面白そう。
Like Jenga. I guess. I don't know.
じゃあ準備しちゃいます。
Maybe that was a dumb comparison on my part.
削る順番は公平にじゃんけんでいいよね。そっちも決めておこっか。
ではライハちゃん、トップバッターをお願いします。
それじゃあ、
お、手堅く取ったね。
次は私。このくらいで。いくらなんでも少なすぎじゃない？
Slow and steady wins the race, Nino.
少なくちゃダメだってルールはないし。
確かに。じゃあ次は私だけど、ミクとは逆にここは大胆に行こっかな。
Oh, she took out a lot.
ちょっとイチカ、次は私なのよ。少しは自重しなさいよ。
頑張ってね。
もう崩れそうじゃない。ねえ、ふうくん、どれくらい砂を取ればいいと思う？
Why ask me?
聞いちゃダメってルールもないわよね。
Good point. Considering the state of the sand pile right now.
うんうん、考えるに。このままではまた。
If you take it down by feeling it out, then sticks shouldn't fall yet. What do you think?
言葉だと分かりづらいから横でアドバイスしてくれないか
Yo,
しら。
Nino making moves
も
though.
っとこっちに来て。
こら、ニノ。さすがにそこまで行くとずるじゃない？
おい、分かったわよ。このくらいなら。よし、いけたわ。
Could've just done the Miku plan, just knock off a little bit.
次は私。てりゃ
Yotsuba doesn't care if she loses, she's gonna whack it.
はあんた怖いもの知らずね。
こういうのは考えてないで勢いでやるのが一番だよ。では上杉さん、どうぞ。
So it's my turn. This is pretty tough, eh?
倒してくれてもいいんですよ。
Absolutely. You're going down. Although I'm not sure how to go about it from here. Moderation is key. There's no use in thinking about it too much. Moderation is key. I'm not falling for such a cheap provocation.
別に構いませんが、意外ですね。もっと豪快に取ってくれると思ったのですが。
What are you trying to goad me for? Leave me alone. Did you really just say that? In that case...
そんながっつりと。
Ha ha ha. Words can lead to disaster, can't they?
これくらい想定の範囲内です。さあ、行きますよ。
おお、樹の目がいつになく真剣だ。
棒を倒さないようにするにはこの辺りを。でもそうなると左側のバランスが崩れますね。ですが左側を意識しすぎたら今度は右側のバランスが。私はどうすれば。
ああ、これはドツボにはまったパターンだわ。
完全に風太郎が煽ったのが原因。
Itsuki's the one who provoked me first. I just accepted her challenge.
一旦落ち着きましょう。何も一気に砂を取る必要はありません。人差し指でちょっとだけすくえば。
Itsuki.
話しかけないでください。集中してるんですから。
You've got to really dig it out. Here, dig it out. What are you gonna run away from our challenge?
その手には乗りませんよ。ここは手堅く次につなげるんです。
Is that so? So you are gonna chicken out. That's too bad.
いいでしょう。やってやります。
あちゃー、見事に乗せられちゃって。
乗せられてなどいません。ここを乗り越えて必ずや勝利を。
倒れちゃった。
Oof. Ha 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 ha. Would you look at that?
さすがに大人げないわ。でもこれも風太郎だから。もう一回です。再戦を要求します。
Alright, fine then. Let's decide the order. This time, Itsuki's first up.
そして私の次が上杉くんですね。
いやー、できすぎてるよね、この順番。
さあ、リベンジマッチです。ここで一気に砂を取って上杉くんにプレッシャーを。
Did they really just use two separate pictures for the same pose, more or less? They just changed the sand on it? Wow, she is bad at this. Huh. Self-destruction, huh? I didn't even have to do anything.
もう一回です。何回やるつもりよ。また私が最初ですね。
And I'm still up after you.
嫌な予感がする。
And you are correct to have that feeling, Miku.
今度こそ上杉君にプレッシャーを。
You never learn, do you?
お、今度は倒さなかったね。
さあ上杉君の番ですよ。
Huh. Don't underestimate me, okay? In this case, if I shave off the opposite side, there won't be a problem.
やりますね。さすがです。
Excuse me.
ですが負けません。ここを乗り切ってもう一度あなたの番に。
I win, right?
あと一回だけやりましょう。
おーい、いつきちゃん。私たちがいることを忘れてない？風太郎くんの次、私だったんだけど。
すみません。勝負に集中してしまい、つい。いいっていいって。いつきすっごく楽しそうだったし気にしない？気にするわよ。気にする。
Yeah, Yotsuba. You don't speak for everybody.
すみません。四つ葉の言う通り、ずいぶんと楽しそうだったわね。ふうくんと二人で。
Is Nino at nowhere?
すごく盛り上がってたね。風太郎と二人で。
Is Miku at nowhere?
本当にごめんなさい。
Don't blame Itsuki so much. I also got a little carried away.
そうだよお兄ちゃん、ちゃんとみんなで一緒に遊ぼう。
ライハちゃんもすみませんでした。
I can't believe we got so hyped over destroying a sand pile like that. Itsuki's competitiveness is really something else.
上杉さん、私とライハちゃんは海で泳いでこようと思うのですが、一緒に行きます？
Nah, I'll be alright. You two go.
了解です。ではライハちゃん、行きましょう。お兄ちゃん、また後でね。
Be careful. Yotsuba, watch over Raiha.
任せてください。
二人とも元気だね。
I think so too. I can't keep up with that kind of powerful energy. By the way, where are the other three?
いつきちゃんが砂山崩しの延長戦だって言ってニノとミクを離そうとしなくてさ。
They're still at it, huh? Why is Itsuki so fixated on sand pile demolition?
そりゃあ君に負け続けたからでしょう。いつきちゃんとしては次に向けて練習って感じなんじゃない？
Sorry about earlier. I got carried away too.
うん。二人の世界って感じだったよ。
Don't say it in such a weird way.
でも本当だしね。私たちのことなんて目に入ってなかったでしょ。
That's not entirely true. My bad.
じゃあさ、お詫びってわけじゃないけど、一緒に泳がない？
Yeah, why not? We have this chance. Let's go for a little swim.
それじゃあ行こっか。きゃー、冷たくて気持ちいい。
On days like today, I think even more so.
あ、見て、魚がすぐそばで泳いでる。
Yeah, we can see them really well since the water's so clear. We normally never have the chance to see this kind of place in our normal lives, would we?
感謝してる？
I am. Thanks a lot for inviting me.
なんか適当だな。もうちょっと心がこもってても。
Oh, I guess I read it wrong. I wanted to try and sound like super genuine about it, but I guess Futuro and I aren't on the same wavelength. Ichika?
あーごめんごめん、魚に足を撫でられてびっくりしちゃった。
What the?
え、ちょ、待って。
Odd. The fish are all crowding around you. Are you giving off some delicious scent or something?
変なこと言ってないで助けてよ。くすぐったくて。ああ、もう魚にまでモテモテなんて困っちゃうな。
Hey, isn't it great to be so popular?
さあどうだろう。本当にモテモテなのは風太郎くんじゃない？
Yo, we bringing this up?
上杉く
あれ、いつきちゃんだ。風太郎くんを呼んでるみたいだよ。
Is that so? Then I've got to get moving. I'm heading back, Ichika.
はーい。
Ichika's like, damn.
いつきちゃんってばわかりやすいんだから。
What's up, Itsuki? Did something happen? Or rather, why are you alone? What about Nino and Miku? Weren't they with you?
二人は疲れてしまったのでチェアで休むと。
Ah, is that right? Then, what's up?
それはその。
What is it? Spit it out.
いつきちゃんも一緒に泳ぎたかったんだよね。ねえ、そうだよね。
そうなんです。ずーっとビーチにいたので、そろそろ海で泳ぎたいなと。
Oh, in that case, wouldn't it have been better if you just went swimming instead of calling me over?
お二人が楽しそうだったので、邪魔してはいけないと思ったんです。
Well, calling me over wouldn't have made a difference there, right?
そう言わないであげてよ、風太郎くん。ほら、みんなで一緒に泳ごう。
Hmm. That's right, we're about to have lunch, so let's all have a swim before we eat.
いつきちゃんも行こう。
はい。ごちそうさまでした。はい、お粗末様でした。
思ってた以上にいっぱい食べちゃった。
Probably because you worked up an appetite swimming.
そう思ってお昼ご飯はいつもより多く作ったんだ。そこまで考えてくれたのですね。おかげさまでお腹いっぱいです。いつきの食べっぷりすごかった。
Yo!
食べるっていうか吸い込む感じで。
This poor girl. Just taking those kind of shots. Oof!
前から思ってたけど、あんたって大食いタレント目指せそうよね。いちかの事務所で売り出してもらったら。そんなことありません。私は大食いでは。
Nah, that's impossible. Damn, Itsuki, just take it. Take the L.
上杉くん。
じゃあお昼も食べ終わったことだし、みんなで午後の予定でも考えよっか。
That's right. It is still the middle of the day. I totally lost track of time from all the fun we've been having.
わかる。もう夕方って言われても納得できちゃう。本番はこれからですよ。さあ午後は何をしますか？
You really are so energetic.
何かアイデアある人？
Just say something stupid.
私はもう一度海に行きたいわ。まだまだ遊び足りないし、この際今日はずっと海でもいいくらいよ。私は海はもう ちょっと今度は山に行って自然に囲まれてのんびりしたい。
You mean like forest bathing? Not a bad idea.
うん、森の木陰でお昼寝したらきっと気持ちいい。
どっちも捨てがたいな。いつきはどう？
私も考え中です。ライハちゃんはどうですか？
She wants to sleep.
ライハちゃん？
ごめんなさい。何の話だったっけ？
Yo, she was just like dozing off there. Relatable.
もう一度海に行くか、山で森林浴をするか、どっちがいいですか？どうしよう。どっちもいいな。
I guess the story's gonna force Itsuki to be the
ふ
tiebreaker.
うくんは海と山、どっちがいいかしら？
See, look at all these lazy bums, so indecisive. To be honest, I don't really have a preference, but let's see.
上杉くん、
What is it?
午後なんですが、勉強を教えてもらえませんか？
Huh? Study? Even Futuro's gonna be caught back, like, taken aback by this thing, huh?
そうです。先日やったテストの問題でわからないところがあって。いつき、勉強のことは忘れてって言わなかった？そうなのですが。
テストの復習は島から戻った後でもいいよね。
Yeah, all the other sisters are like this again.
上杉くんはどうですか？やはり勉強すべきだと思いませんか？
Well, I mean, I think everyone's got a point here. You guys did your best on the test for this, right?
あなたまでそんなことを。
Even me, you say? Are you feeling anxious about exams?
あ、
If you're really feeling anxious, I can't just leave you be. We can study together if you want.
実はそうなんです。先日のテスト以来、ますます不安に。
You mean yesterday?
やはりここは勉強しましょう。学生の本分ですし。
今日のいつき、
That's because Itsuki is overthinking. You're overthinking this.
私もなんか変だなって思っちゃうかな。
See, it's gotta like... See, this is where Itsuki's whole like... Her plan, her big plan, is not a good plan. So, in Itsuki's head, she's thinking that like, well... I need to keep my sisters away from Futuro so that they don't start fighting with each other. But then Itsuki ends up doing things that's like, okay, I'm gonna take him for myself. And then it makes the other sisters envious of her, and then that's why they start fighting. So, it's a bad plan.
そうよね。いつきが勉強熱心なのは前からだけど、今日はそれだけじゃない何かを感じるわ。
Do they know?
ねえみんな、ちょっといい？
どうしたの？
午後のことなんだけど、海も山もやめて休憩にしない？ライハちゃんが。
Okay. Yeah, because Raiha was like drifting earlier. Hey Rain, welcome to the stream. What is this? This is me playing the Quintessential Quintuplets Memories of a Quintessential Summer, which is basically a resource management game buried underneath a dating sim. It's technically a visual novel, but let's be honest, it's a dating sim.
大丈夫だよ。
I think Ichika's onto something. Raiha, you don't look so good. You should probably go back to sleep. Get a good rest.
大丈夫じゃなさそうです。どうしたんですか？ちょっと眠いかも。
Yeah, just a good rest will do you. You know, you'll be fine after resting a bit. Well, if you've been swimming and playing in the ocean that much, you're bound to be tired, Raiha.
ごめんなさい。せっかく相談してたのに。
Go take a nap.
気にしなくていいのよ。疲れちゃったなら仕方ないわ。
Sorry, everyone. How about we take a break and do our own thing this afternoon? A nice afternoon nap would do you all a lot of good. Considering that everyone woke up super early that morning. Because, like, Nino tried to, like, have a morning stroll with him. So she was up super early. And then Itsuki probably heard her. And then Itsuki got up. Yotsuba just likes getting up early. And then Miku comes downstairs to start making breakfast. So she was up early. Everybody was up early.
ライハちゃんだけ仲間外れになんてできないし。
ありがとう。
Don't push yourself. I'll carry you to your room if you want to rest.
眠っちゃいましたね。私たちも解散しましょうか。
I'll take Raiha to her room.
わかった。
Alright, it's time for the sisters to challenge Itsuki.
私、何をやってるんでしょう。いつき？
なんでもありません。私も部屋に戻りますね。
うん。
Good grief, Raiha. If you're tired, just come out and say it. If she's already asleep, just put her in her bed.
上杉くん、待ってください。
Yo, she couldn't wait before he put Raiha in the room. Itsuki, what is it?
その午後のことなんですが、何か予定はありますか？
No, not really.
でしたら勉強を教えていただけないでしょうか。
This again? Huh, you seem unusually motivated today.
私はいつもやる気です。
I get that you're overflowing with motivation, but seriously, what's up today? When Futuro is questioning you about that, that's when you know you're deep fried.
どうしたとは？
Earlier, we were discussing what to do for fun, and then you suggested studying? That's not like you at all.
それは。
You're not usually someone who can't read a room. This is clearly strange. Now, this is a wild guess. Could it be related to what you said earlier about me needing to act with more restraint? That reaction. Thought so. So what exactly are you thinking?
勉強を教えてくれたら教えてあげないこともありません。
Huh?
今日これから勉強を教えていただけるのならお話しすると言っているんです。
What kind of terms are those?
さあどうしますか？今ここで選んでください。
Alright, got it. If you're gonna insist like that.
ミク、パ 行よ。オッケー。ごめんなさい、ふうくん。ちょっといつきのこと借りてくわね。ニノ、それにミクも。待ってください。私はこれから上杉くんと勉強を。ミク、連れて行きなさい。いつき、おとなしくして。
Hey, what the hell's going on here?
ちょっとね、緊急家族会議をしなくちゃいけなくなったのよ。
An emergency family meeting.
そういうわけだから、私たちはしばらく部屋にこもるわ。じゃあまた後で。
You know, this would be a good opportunity to have an afternoon nap. It's been like this since last night. Something must be going on that I don't know about. Whatever. First off, I need to take Raiha to a room. Yeah, see, okay, so that means this whole time he's been like carrying Raiha in his arms outside of Raiha's room this whole time. This mad doofy.
上杉くん。もういいわ、ミク。話してあげて。
ごめんね、いつきちゃん。ニノとミクがどうしてもって言うからさ。
Yeah, because it's about time they challenged her.
それに私たちもちょっと気になってたし。
いちか、四つ葉も。さあ、話してもらうわよ。一体どういうつもりなのかしら？
That's two goofy pictures of Itsuki already.
それは別に何も。気づいてないと思ったら大間違いよ。私やミクがフー君にアタックしようとしたら決まって邪魔しに来てるわよね。そんなことはありませんよ。
Not doing a very good job denying that.
そんなことある。
That's a 2v1. You're already losing.
いい？ここに連れてきたのはあんたが何をしたいのかはっきりさせるためよ。白状するまで部屋から出さない。そんな。さあ、キリキリ吐きなさい。言えるわけがありません。姉妹の平穏を守るためにみんなと上杉君との接触を阻止しているだなんて。
Look, they're not gonna let you go until you tell them.
さっさと話してくれたら助かるんだけど、こうしてる間にもフー君と過ごせる時間がどんどん減ってるんだから。それは。
あ、わかった。いつきは私たちが羽目を外しすぎないように気を使ってくれてるんじゃない？
No, Yotsuba, don't bail her out.
私たち受験生だもん。旅行だからって遊んでばっかじゃダメだって思ってるんじゃない？
四つ葉、今はそのフォローがとてもありがたいです。実はそうなんです。いくら旅行といっても節度はちゃんと守らないといけませんからね。はしゃぎすぎて万が一怪我などしては大変です。
I mean, she's not wrong. It did happen in a route earlier.
まあ、確かにそれは大事だよね。ここは無人島だから手当ても難しいわけだし。
でしょ？ですから私が心を鬼にしているわけです。ふん、そういうことだったのね。理由は分かったわ。でもちょっとやりすぎじゃない？それはすみません。というか、島にいる時くらい羽目外したっていいじゃない。ただでさえフー君は真面目で勉強以外には興味がないって顔してるんだから。そう、これは風太郎との距離を縮める絶好のチャンス。
Yeah, but see, the thing that the other sisters don't quite get, that at least from Itsuki's perspective, is that the more they get closer to Futaro, what Itsuki is afraid of is that that will constantly create more barriers between them as sisters. Which, in her defense, Itsuki is not wrong. Because, especially, you know, at the end of the story, this Yotsuba had to come to terms that barriers were made because Futaro chose her. But what Miku tries to communicate to Yotsuba later is that Yotsuba has to accept that. That is the reality. That is what happens with love. And so, Itsuki is trying to preemptively create, like, prevent that from happening. But at the same time, it's like you can't really stop that from happening. Because you can't stop people from falling in love. Because the other problem is when Itsuki thought that she could do that, that was why she was too late. Why she realized her own feelings too late. She was too preoccupied with trying to prevent the other sisters and their feelings for Futaro, kind of break them apart as sisters. She was so worried about that she didn't realize her own feelings, and that crushed her later in the story. That's what led to her own heartbreak and realizing that she was heartbroken after all, because she did love him the same way that her sisters loved him. And so that is where Itsuki ends up being wrong, because at the end of the day, you can't really stop what we as people do when it comes to our desire for romantic feelings. You cannot stop that. And that is something Itsuki... See, but this is where, like, once again, this is where Itsuki doesn't quite grasp it. Because at the end of Sister Wars, which is what this is referring to, Miku explicitly says to Ichika as they're hugging, Miku understands that, like, this is how it is. That as falling in love is a painful process, because that peace between them as sisters, that is forever shaken. You cannot ever undo that. But at the same time, they accept that. They are okay with that. Because that's part of falling in love. Other relationships get pushed aside. If you want to take it like to its extreme, that is something that is spoken within the marriage vows. Do you take your spouse forsaking all others? And yeah, usually on the surface we say of like, okay, if a man gets married, he doesn't look at other women. There's that element too. Well, that's the surface obvious level of what that statement means. But when it says forsaking all others, that's also true to relationships that already exist. So something that's always like a weird arm wrestle when it comes to marriage is like, okay, my whole life, I put like, okay, when I was growing up, it's like my mom was number one person because she raised me my whole life, right? So she took care of me my whole life. So your mom is like number one person. So in my life, that's true. Your mom is usually number one person because your mom took care of you your whole life. At least I hope your mom did. And that's also true in my life. Like my mom took care of me my whole life. But when you get married, when I got married, it's like, no, my mom is no longer the most important person anymore. And she has to be okay with that. I do not sacrifice a bunch of things for my mom anymore. That's just how it is. Because my wife is more important. That's a big part of like, well, this is like, okay, so I speak of this as like, that's true for marriage for sure. I wouldn't quite put that in dating as much. Like, you know, when you're dating and it's your girlfriend, it's not quite the same. But I mean, that's a part of the wedding vow that, you know, you will marry your spouse, forsaking all others. All other relationships get pushed beneath the marriage relationship. Your marriage is the most important one. Every other relationship gets pushed aside. So coming back to the story and coming back to like how most relationships kind of have to deal with is the shifting of those relationships and relationship dynamics and priorities of relationships. When you're dating, those get pushed around, those get questioned. You have to constantly ask yourself, is this worth sacrificing other things? And that's something that Itsuki constantly is afraid of in the story. She's constantly afraid of that, which is why by the time Futaro chose Yotsuba, it was too late for Itsuki to consider her own feelings, because she was so afraid that any of the sisters' relationship with him was going to change their relationship as sisters. But that was already an irreversible change as soon as the other sisters all started falling in love with him.
私は本当にどうすればいいのですか、お母さん。
まったくいつきちゃんは。そうだな。いつきちゃんの気持ちもわかるけど、私もせっかく別荘に来たんだし、もっといっぱい遊びたいって思っちゃうな。何より今日と明日は思い出作りをしようって話になってるわけだしさ。
そうだよね。上杉さんと思い出作りをしたいよ。この夏の最高の思い出を。
Okay, so I should also mention this with Itsuki's psychology. So Itsuki keeps kind of like thinking about her mother or their mother, because you know they're all quintuplets, right? So when Itsuki's kind of thinking what would mother do? Because remember, their mother taught them that what's important is that the five of them are together. That's some kind of like a mantra that the sisters have kind of maintained as their mother passed. And so Itsuki's the one who's like the most attached to this. And that's why she's like as serious as she is about maintaining the harmony of the five sisters. But it's too late. Futaro being introduced in their lives has already started changes in that. But at the same time, Itsuki wants to hold on to that mantra that their mothers taught them all these years, that the five of them together is the most important thing. But changes will happen. And that was something Itsuki had to come to terms with throughout the last parts of the story. And of course, like when she meets their biological father and all that stuff. And during the last parts of the story.
そうよね。うんうん。ああ、ダメです。このままでは。
でもさ、ちょっと心配なことがあって。私たち5人が揃ってあっちこっちに振り回したら、風太郎くんすっごく疲れちゃうんじゃない？
Like you guys haven't already been doing that.
それはまあ確かに。
私たちが楽しくても上杉さんが疲れちゃったらダメだよね。楽しい思い出にならないよ。
Which is exactly why he had to choose one of them later in the story. Because he kind of realizes this, like in between the lines.
でしょ？お互いに楽しかったって言える思い出にしたいよね。
ええ、当然だわ。風太郎を疲れさせないで思い出を作れる方法。
実はね、 その方法を思いついちゃったんだ。ここは一つ公平に勝負で決めない？
勝負ってどういうこと？
ほら、みんなで一斉に行動するから、いろいろとエスカレートしちゃうわけでしょ？だったらいっそ、風太郎くんと一日過ごす権利をかけた真剣勝負をして、負けた人は邪魔をしないってことにするの。
The card game. They're gonna play cards.
くんと一日過ごす権利。
どうしてそうなるんですか？私はその話に乗ってもいいわ。
I like the little animation, just like pushing Itsuki out of the way. Oh, I'm so in.
ふうくんに迷惑をかけるのは論外だし、悪くない落としどころだと思うけど。
You know, they could just try and like just agree to go to the mountains and hang out there. That would make things way easier.
さすが一か。
Why this is never brought up in the other routes? I don't know.
ありがとう。こういう時くらいお姉ちゃんしないとね。
二人がやる気になっていますよ。
Well, of course, Nino and Miku would be fired up for that. The idea of them just being alone with Futaro. Like, yeah, that's what they want. And they're tired of their sisters getting in the way all the time.
私は不参加でいい？ライハちゃんと過ごしたいし。
それはダメ。姉妹は平等かつ公平にしないとね。
Yeah, no chickening out.
というわけで、いつきちゃんも参加だから。
ちょっと待ってください。そんな上杉くんに断りもなく。
勝負内容はどうする？料理対決とか。
あんた、私に勝てると思ってるわけ？ちょっと腕を上げてるからって調子に乗らない方がいいわ。
No, they're gonna play cards.
ニノこそ油断して足元をすくわれても知らないから。
いやいや、料理はなしでしょう。ニノが有利すぎるもん。
は？普段私に任せっきりのあんたたちが悪いんじゃない。
Cause she's got you there.
まあまあニノ、ここも姉妹は平等で公平ってことにしようよ。
じゃあ運動関係もなしね。四つ葉が有利すぎるわ。
Cards. Play a game of cards.
もちろんそれでいいよ。
せっかく島だし水泳勝負とか思ったけど、確かに四つ葉に勝てる気はしないな。
無理。
話がどんどん進んでいきますよ。なぜ、どうしてこんなことに。
いつきは何かある？
I got a plan. Play some cards.
ああ、私は。
島にあるものを生かしてってことにすれば楽しくていいかもね。
There's gotta be a deck of cards somewhere on this island.
別に楽しむ必要ない気がするけど。島にあるもの。そういえば前に四つ葉がお父さんの部屋に服がたくさん置いてあったと言ってましたよね。
Oh, that thing's back. Yeah, it's been a while since they ever mentioned his room.
別荘を探検してた時に見つけたよ。
それよ、いつき。
What's
ファッ
the
シ
big
ョンショー
plan?
よ。誰が一番ふうくんが気に入ってくれるコーディネートができるか勝負するの。これならふうくんに勝敗を決めてもらえるから納得いくでしょ。
Ooh, that's gonna be rough.
なるほど。
うん、いいんじゃないかな。面白そう。
It's a sound plan, though.
でも上杉さん協力してくれるかな？
してもらうのよ、何が何でも。
But it's certainly a way of doing
さあ、
things.
そうと決まればふうくんのところに行くわよ。ちょっとニノ、待ってください。
Alright, back to Futaro's perspective.
あいつらはどうしたんだ？
Huh? What are you saying?
だから私たちこれからコーディネート勝負をするからふうくんにモデルになってほしいのよ。
Yo, they're gonna wait, they're gonna have him wear their dad's clothes. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's also gonna be kind of weird that he's gonna be wearing their dad's clothes.
風太郎に似合う服を私たちが選んで誰が一番気に入ってもらえるか勝負する。
つまりファッションショーですね。上杉さんオンザステージ。
Why do I have to be the model? I don't even have any clothes I could wear. Oh, actually, come to think of it, we do. Your dad's clothes. And then you should be freaking out. It's like, I don't want to wear
それ
his
を
clothes.
活用しようってわけ。
Yo. What made you think of utilizing those here?
せっかくこうしてみんなが揃ってるのに各自で自由行動なのはやっぱりもったいないでしょ。けどライハちゃんはお疲れだから別荘の中でできそうなことないかなって考えた結果がこれってわけ。
あ、でも私はちょっとお昼寝したからもう大丈夫だよ。
Yeah, all it took was just a good nap.
いいのよ。もう海で遊ぶよりもファッションショーな気分だから。それにライハちゃんもいろいろな服を着たフーくん見たくない？
She's probably like, not really.
それは見たいかも。
Oh, never mind. I guess I was wrong. Wait, Raiha.
だってお兄ちゃんおしゃれに全然興味ないでしょ。高校生なのにそれはどうかと思うんだよね。
You've known him your whole life. You know this guy's not into the whole fashion thing.
だからここでいちかさんたちにおしゃれを教えてもらおうよ。
Okay, fine. If Raiha says so.
じゃあよろしくね、ふうくん。
You're also excited to play at my expense, aren't you? Just gotta take the L, man. You just gotta take the L.
ただ遊ぶ気なんてないわよ。ちゃんとふうくんにファッションについて教えてあげるわ。はあ、よろしくお願いします。楽しみ。
That's assuming that their dad has a good sense of fashion, but at the same time he's like, okay, hang on. So at first I was gonna say that like, well, he's super wealthy, right? So he's got to go to like formal galas and stuff like that. But at the same time, like knowing Maru's personality, like he's not much to care for stuff like that either. Like the only reason why he would have like more stylish clothing is because he is part of higher society. I don't feel like I'll enjoy this at all though.
いいえいえ、きっと楽しめますって。これでおしゃれ上級者として覚醒できるかもしれませんよ。
Is having fun really the main objective here? Are you planning something? Stop reading the script. Hey, what's with that silence? There is something going on after all, isn't there?
ないよ。風太郎は考えすぎ。だよね、いつき。
Don't ask Itsuki.
そうですね。上杉くんも少しはファッションセンスを磨くべきかと思います。何ですか、その目は。
I don't want to hear about fashion from you, Itsuki. Dang. You don't have a hint of fashion sense with those hairpins of yours.
ほっといてください。
Anyway, what's going on with you? Until now, weren't you just asking me to study with you? Also, if I'm not mistaken, you don't seem too interested in this game either, do you?
そんなことは。
Well, if you don't want to do it, don't force yourself. You don't stand a chance with your sense anyway.
別にやりたくないなんてことはありません。 みんなもライハちゃんも賛成していますし。
Hmm. Is he really agreeing to this? Even though she was just saying how much she wanted to study.
上杉くん、どうかしましたか？
No, nothing.
いつき、早く服を取りに行こう。
Yeah, they're just gonna violate the whole don't enter the dad's room.
私とニノは倉庫を見てこない？あっちにも服があったみたいだから。
Warehouse? What warehouse?
じゃあ私たちはお父さんの部屋だね。
わかりました。すぐに行きましょう。じゃあ、ふうくんとライハちゃんはここで待ってて。
Right. Itsuki sure seems weird, even though she was that competitive, especially during the sand pile demolition. Raiha, I'm gonna step out for a bit. I'll be back soon.
どうしたの？トイレ？
Yeah, something like that. Gonna walk in the direction not where the toilet is. But Raiha just takes it at face value.
お父さんの部屋に入るの、なんか緊張する。
大丈夫大丈夫。怖いものはなかったよ。
そういう意味じゃないんだけど。
Hey, Itsuki?
上杉くん、どうしてここに？
I followed you. I couldn't help it. Your attitude earlier was bothering me. Is there really nothing going on? I can't help but think that your attitude is showing that there's something more to what we're doing.
本当に何もありません。あなたの考えすぎです。話はそれだけですか？なら、私は行きますので。
Where do you think you're running off to now?
上杉くん、いきなり何を？
Let's have an endurance contest. I'm not going to let you go until you tell me the truth, okay?
ですから、先ほどから何もないと言っています。
Really? Then look me straight in the eyes and say it.
そんなこと。あなたの考えすぎです。
I'm just worried about you. Are you pushing yourself too hard? You don't have to go along with things just for your sister's or Raiha's sake. Killing it!
違います。無理なんてしてませんから。
Are you sure you're telling me the truth?
ええ、本当です。
Your face is a little red, you know.
近いからですよ。そろそろ自分が何をしているか気づいたらどうですか？
What I'm doing? This is what they call a Kabe Don, huh? Sorry, I just got carried away.
勢いでやってたなんて、なおさらタチが悪いです。本当にそういうところですよ。節度を持てと言いましたよね。
I'm really sorry.
もう私は行きますから、四つ葉たちに怪しまれますので。
Okay, I'm really sorry for calling you out. What the hell am I doing? Fine then. I'll just go quietly and tag along with their fashion show.
これで最後だね。服の準備は OK かな？
終わったー。お疲れ様でした。結構持ってきましたね。めちゃくちゃ疲れた。服を持ってくるだけだからって侮ってたわ。
How does this guy have?
腕の筋肉か。うわー、服がいっぱいだ。
Maybe too many, don't you think?
お父さんの部屋だけじゃなくて倉庫にしまわれてた服も持ってきちゃいましたからね。
Or rather, why does he keep this many clothes? The real question's being asked. Or rather, why does he keep this many clothes on a remote island? Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
それはあれです。備えておけば嬉しいなってやつです。
Or rather, that you'll never have to worry if you're prepared for anything.
あれ？
So that means...
はいはい、勉強は忘れるんでしょ。
お父さんが何のために用意してたのかはわからないけど、これだけあれば思う存分コーディネートできるじゃない。
I never thought there would come a day when I would understand how a dress-up doll feels.
私もふうくんのコーディネートを考えられる日が来るなんて思わなかったわ。
Technically, they did. Technically, especially in Nino's case, it's funny that Nino says this. Because technically, Nino did pick out an outfit for him once already. That was way back in chapter... I want to say it's chapter like 22, 23. Just... No, maybe a little earlier than that. It's just before the first school trip when they go to... they go skiing, basically. They go up a mountain. And before that, they go shopping to buy an outfit for Futuro because they're like, well, if you're going to be hanging out with us, we want you to look better instead of his normal, like, regular school clothes. And then Nino, the outfit Nino picks for him is the one they end up buying because the other sisters are all, like, ass at it. So, the one Nino picks out for him is the one he ends up wearing.
じゃあ早速始めましょう。誰から行く？
じゃあ私から順番にってことでどう？
That makes sense. It also builds hype before, like, Itsuki will inevitably win because we are playing the Itsuki route.
私は構わないわよ。むしろあんたこそトップバッターでいいのかしら？
ふふん、実はもう構想があるんだよね。ニノこそ最初にやらないで後悔しても知らないよ。
いちかたちはああ言ってるけど、正直4番目でホッとしたよ。
ええ、私たちはあの二人ほどファッションに明るいわけではありませんし。
Yeah, see, there's a nice callback to said chapter where, okay, so so Futuro went shopping with, it's all of them except Ichika, so Nino, Yotsuba, Miku, and Itsuki. I think Ichika was, like, just working with her acting thing, right? So, the outfit, like, Yotsuba tries to dress him up in, like, a kind of kid outfit with, like, you know, goofy cartoons on his shirt and whatever. That idea gets rejected. Miku tries to dress him in, like, a more traditional Japanese outfit. And then Itsuki puts on, like, I don't know, some, like, what's this, like, I don't know, Hot Topic kind of outfits. And it just doesn't really work. And then Nino puts him in more, like, more modern, like, hipster outfit, which ends up working. Well, it's better than the other ones anyways. So, yeah. These three are not fashionistas, that's for sure.
これでゆっくり考えられる。
お兄ちゃん、ちゃんとみんなのセンスを褒めないとダメだからね。適当なコメントは禁止だよ。
If there's something worth praising, I'll praise it. But it's troublesome to be expected to have a sense of fashion.
それじゃあ風太郎くん、これとこれと、あと靴はこっちね。着替えてみて。
Got it.
風太郎、
Huh?
どうしてここで着替えようとするんですか？廊下に行ってください。
Oh, he started changing in front of them because he's just so used to just like, oh, I can just change. That's right. Sorry.
不意打ちすぎて心臓が止まるかと思ったわ。
すみません。うちだと部屋が一つしかないから。なんていうか大変ですね。
All right, I've changed.
あ、せっかくですのでバッチリモデルなポーズを決めて入ってきてくださいね。
You want me to go that far?
指導しよっか？
いや、そこまでやるとグダグダになるからいいわよ。風太郎、そのまま入ってきて。
Yeah, I'm coming in. Yo, there's a picture for him.
おお。
Ugh. What's with that reaction?
お兄ちゃんかっこいい。
でしょ？
それではいちかさん、なぜこのコーディネートにしたかコメントをお願いします。
そうですね。まず風太郎くんにはトラットスタイルが似合いそうだなって思ったからです。
私も同意見。けど思った以上に似合うわ。
まるで別人のようです。服が違うだけでこうも変わるのですね。
さすがいちか、センスがいい。
おっと、早速審査員からは高評価の嵐。トップバッターにふさわしい出だしです。
Wait a minute, I thought Futaro was supposed to be the judge. Oh, so you're gonna be the host, huh?
これはもう優勝は決まりかな？
あら、ちょっと気が早いんじゃない？
Nino's ready to play.
確かにいちかのコーデはふうくんによく似合ってると思うけど、言ってみれば無難すぎるのよね。
へえ、そこまで言うならニナのコーディネートを見せてもらおうかな。
ええ、もちろん。それじゃあふうくん、この服でお願い。
Got it. Do we get to see all of them? We do. What the heck, Nino?
おお、こうきたか。
なんか雑誌に載ってる人みたい。
I like how it looks baggy on him, but that might just be because like they're based on their dad's size. And he's like a little bit bigger than he is.
うん、ストリートスナップっぽい。
一気にカジュアルな感じになりましたね。それではニノさん、このコーディネートについてコメントは？
コンセプトは一緒に街を歩くならこんな服を着ていてほしいかしらね。あと裏テーマはギャップね。普段のふうくんとのギャップ。
なるほどね。どう？風太郎くんとしては。
He's gonna be like, this is weird. Well, the outfit itself isn't bad, but it's a bit too flashy for me. Which is the point. That's the gap Nino was talking about.
ちょっとチャラい感じがする。 言ったわね、ミク。それならあんたのコーデを見せてもらおうじゃない。
I mean, is Miku wrong though? Just saying.
服はもう決まってる。風太郎、これでお願い。
You guys keep giving me these weird clothes to wear. Changing into them is kind of a hassle, you know.
大丈夫。私が選んだのは着替えやすいやつだから。
This is gonna be great. That's not the problem.
風太郎、早く着て見せてほしい。
Okay, I guess I'll just behave myself and change. Of course. Yeah, Miku would have him wear something like that.
これは
It's more traditional Japanese.
ジンベエってミクの趣味を考えればあり得るコーデではあるけど。
ではミクさん、この服を選んだ理由を聞かせてもらいましょう。
やっぱり風太郎には和服が似合うから。
即答だったか。まあ似合うとは思うけどね。ライハちゃんはどう？
お祭りに来てる人みたいだね。
That is a good point. That is a good point. This outfit is good for this setting, because we're in the summer.
一応普通に街を歩く時の服のつもりで選んだんだけど。
And then Miku had to say something like that. That's at least -3 points right there. Nah, it would take a lot of courage to walk around town in this kind of outfit, you know.
時期にもよるわね。今ならまああり。なんか微妙な反応が多い。
じゃあ次は私だね。
Oh,
上杉さん、
this is
これ
gonna
でお
be
願いします。
this is gonna be great. Yotsuba's gonna put on something stupid looking. You want me to wear this? Called it.
なんでそんなに嫌そうなんですか？
Yo, actually, not as bad as I thought.
さあ、これが私の選んだ服です。
Not as bad as I thought. I thought it was gonna be something like ridiculous. Yo, it's not that bad though. It's a funny twist. He looks a lot like his dad. Yeah, Futaro looks more like his dad in this pic, which is funny because he's wearing the Nakano's dad's clothes, but that's besides the point. He looks like his own dad a lot in this outfit.
どうですか、上杉さん。夏ですし、やっぱり涼しくと思いまして。
Hey Rons, welcome to the stream. We just about to wrap up for today because we're probably gonna play up to after they do this little fashion show and Futaro's gonna pick hanging out with Itsuki because we're playing the Itsuki route. But you know what? I was surprised. I thought Yotsuba's outfit for him was gonna be like way worse than this. But this is actually not bad. And it's an appropriate summer wear. I agree. What are you laughing at? Why are they all laughing? It's not even that bad.
まあこういうネタ枠も一つはないとダメだし。
What joke? I guess I'm out of the loop.
だからって、この組み合わせはあまりにも似合わない。
This will be hilarious later.
あれ？なんか反応がおかしいよ。なんでみんな笑うの我慢してるの？
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
そんなことは。
Why are they laughing?
お兄ちゃん、細い。筋肉足りてない。
That's sure, I guess, but still, I don't think it was that bad.
ああ、言っちゃったよ。さすが身内、容赦ないね。
Oh, I already know that.
評価そっちなんですか？
Yotsuba, did you really think it through before choosing this outfit? I think she did. I think this is fine.
考えましたよ。夏だから涼しくがコンセプトです。
No, I'm with Yotsuba on this one.
これは四つ葉のチョイスが悪かったっていうよりは。
そうね、ふうくんには悪いけど、もう少し体を鍛えた方がいい。
服の評価をしてよ。
She's still laughing at the poor guy. Hey, Itsuki, instead of laughing, just show us the outfit you picked.
どうぞ、こちらです。
Ugh. Pretty regular.
さあ、最後は樹の服だね。
Yeah, see, if anything, this is like the safe one. It's pretty regular.
普通ね。
See?
シンプルにシャツとズボンの組み合わせか。うん、確かに普通。
私は結構好きかも。一緒に歩くならこれはあり。
それでは樹さん、コメントをどうぞ。
私も理由はイチカと変わりません。上杉君にはこれが似合うと思ったんです。あと以前男らしい服は好みではないと聞きましたので。
Was that when we went to buy clothes for the school camping trip? That was intense. Yeah. That one. Compared to that, this is quite normal.
ライハちゃんはどうですか？
いつものお兄ちゃんって感じかな。でもすごく似合ってると思う。
I also feel calm in this outfit. Maybe it's because it's similar to what I usually wear. Okay, this is the last one, right? Can I change back now?
では最後に特別ゲストとしてライハちゃんのコーデを。
I'm gonna go change.
上杉さん、待ってくださいよ。
He's like, no, I want out.
はあ、言っちゃった。
まあ十分遊べじゃなくてコーディネート勝負はできたし。
あんた今遊べたって言おうとしたわね。
I mean, is she wrong though?
何のことかな。それよりも風太郎くんが戻ってきたらお待ちかねの結果発表の時間だよ。
うん、楽しみ。
Well, we all know Miku's outfit is immediately out.
まあ結果は見えてるわね。
2の自信満々だ。
結果を楽しみにするのは良いのですが、この服の山を片付けることも忘れないでくださいね。思い出させないでよ。
Should have thought that one through. Things have finally calmed down.
お疲れ様です、上杉くん。
なんだか着替えちゃったのがもったいない気もしますね。せっかくいろんな上杉さんが見られたのに。
2回戦やる？
No.
そうよ、さっさと決めてもらいましょう。
Decide what?
決まってるじゃない。誰のコーデが一番良かったのか決めないと勝負にならないでしょ。
And I'm the one who's got to decide that?
そう言ったよ。どの服が風太郎くん的に一番良かった？
Sorry, but none of them really stood out to me.
風太郎。
What? I'm just giving my honest opinion.
やっ ぱり上杉さんはおしゃれ下級者ですね。
Well, that's what you guys get. Ugh, it's true. So I can't retaliate.
でも困ったな。風太郎くんがそんな調子じゃ勝負がつかないよ。
いっそのことみんな良かったということで無理に決めなくても良いのでは？それはダメ。
そうよ、一番を決めないと意味がないわ。
ですが上杉くんが決められない以上どうしようもないのですよ。
Oh, excuse me.
じゃあ私が決めてもいい？
This is gonna be great.
ライハちゃんがですか？お兄ちゃんに一番似合ってた服を選べばいいんだよね。
I mean, there's no rule against that.
うん、そうだね。ちなみにライハちゃんはもうどれが一番か決まってるの？
Who are you gonna wingman for?
いいんじゃないかしら。私は賛成よ。勝負がつかないのは嫌だし。
私もそれでいい。
ライハちゃんが選んだものなら間違いありませんしね。
ね。いつきさんの私ですか？
まさかのいつき。
残念。
Well, Miku, come on. We knew it wasn't gonna be you. There was a toss-up between, like... Ichika's... The outfit Ichika picked for him was, I think, was actually the best one. If I had to choose, I think the one Ichika picked was the best one. The Yotsuba one was not that bad, actually. Like, sure, Futaro is not a big guy, so he can't pull off, you know, the wife beater and shorts, you know, summery outfit. But the outfit itself was actually not bad. And then Itsuki went with, like, if anything, Itsuki's pick was, like, the safest pick. And then Nino had a decent pick. I think the street chic was okay. So... Oh, excuse me. That is my pick of the outfits. I see. I can deal with that.
待ってください。いいんですか？そんなにあっさり認めてしまって。
Uh-oh. I feel like this is the right answer. It's either Raiha made her decision or yours was actually the one I liked. This feels like a stretch. Like... The Raiha made her decision is like the safe pick, for sure. I don't know if it's the way up one, but it's definitely the safe pick. But am I good enough? Am I okay with just going with the safe pick? And should I gamble with one of the other two picks? I'll just go the safe pick. Raiha made her decision, didn't she? You guys were okay with it, right?
私はあなた自身の意見を聞きたいんです。
Yeah, see?
何か一言くらい言ってください。
It should have been the... I should have known the second one was the right answer. Congratulations on winning.
そういう一言ではなくて。
私もふうくんの意見が聞きたいわ。今後の参考にしたいし。
What? That was the wrong choice?
私も。
Well, it's just that the clothes Itsuki chose were calming to look at.
落ち着くか。それって似合うよりも上を行ってるよね。これはつまりいつきちゃんが風太郎くんのことを一番よく分かってたってことかな。
How was the Raiha pick the bad answer? I don't understand. What?
いつか別 別に私はそんなこと。
では第1回上杉さんに似合う服はどれかコーデ対決の優勝はいつきに決定です。おめでとう。じゃあ
How is the
約束通りいつきが権利をゲットってことで。
How was the Raiha answer the wrong answer? What?
そうでした。一番になった人がでしたよね。
勝負は勝負だものね。ここはおとなしく引き下がるしかないわ。
次があったら絶対に負けない。
Listen, don't just assume there's going to be more than one round. I'm not going to participate in for a second time, okay? Also, what privilege? I never heard anything about that.
ああ、なんでもないよ。こっちの話だから。風太郎くんは気にしなくて OK。
Would you say don't worry about it? It makes me worry about it.
どうしましょう。まさか勝ってしまうとは。
Okay. We're gonna end the stream here because it's starting the next part. So now we're gonna start the next stream with like the continuation of the Itsuki route. And I think a good place to end it was after the fashion show little gag. And now we have this moment where it's like they're studying, because that's what Itsuki wanted, was for them to like study. But really Itsuki's main objective was to just have him away from the sisters. So honestly, if anything, she could have picked something else for them to do, but that'll probably come up in the upcoming dialogue. But that's gonna have to wait till Monday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. So that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the Quintessential Quintuplets, Memories of a Quintessential Summer. Don't forget to check out, if you've missed any of the other videos, don't forget to check that out. Also, don't forget to check out the D4DJ video that I have. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys on Monday. Until then, I hope you guys have a good night. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys next time. Good night. And God bless you.
データをセーブするね。ゲームデータ上書きしていいの？